Hello, everybody. Welcome to, well, for now, the named Atro and Takk show. I'm Takk. This is Atro, Atrophius. Here, we are gamers. We are parents. We are software developers. We are engineering managers here to talk about a lot of different things. But tonight, and first and foremost, we are Path of Exile gamers.
Today was the reveal of the 3.29. It's Curse of the All Flame,
I believe.
League.
We have, we've avoided spoilers. We could not watch it live, such as the curse of having jobs and activities and things. Boo. We did not plan correctly for the reveal today. So we decided to do it blind later in the day, and you're watching that here with us. So hopefully you've already enjoyed it elsewhere. Atrophius, I'm telling you, I think we need to expect big things. So I told you before we went live that all day I've avoided spoilers, except I got a random push notification from the stupid Google News thing, that usually just sends you garbage on your phone. And it decided to tell me this. So we can use this maybe as a little bit of a pre-spoiler to try and guess what it's about, okay? It said, after 13 years, Path of Exile's devs are finally ready to ditch one of its most iconic and frustrating mechanics.
Oh, shit.
Are we getting PoE2 gem system?
We might be getting something from it at least.
Because we talked about this with the Reliquarian. The Reliquarian has several nodes that grant you skills that suck because they can't be supported.
Yeah. The add-ons from like Namahu's Flame, and what was the other one?
A handful of others, right?
Yeah.
The one from Arakali's Fang, so you get the spiders and things like that, right? So here we are, and we were sitting there and we were joking to each other like, this node sucks unless they give you like some PoE2 style way to support these things.
Yeah.
And so what is the most iconic 13-year-long frustrating mechanic if not
the sockets,
coloring your gear and getting 6 links?
Yep.
So a little bit of a preview. Most of you already know what the answer to this is. We don't have chat open.
Idea.
I don't have chat open.
I don't have chat open either. I don't want any spoilers.
If anybody's watching, you can't spoiler it for us. Anything else before we get into it?
I just kind of want to get started.
I do too. We've waited all day for this. So we will dive in. I think we're going to try to watch a lot of it through. We're not going to do the Q&A, but I think we're going to at least let the beginnings of it hit us. And if we just are too overwhelmed, we'll slow down. But listen, when we would have watched it live, we would have gone the whole way through. So that's how we're going to try to experience it here. All right, that's enough talking. I can't wait anymore. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right, let's hear from Mark.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile, and welcome to GGG Live. We have massive changes to show you today with Path of Exile, Curse of the All Flame, which is coming out next week on July 25th. Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream.
Oh no,
so you'll be able to claim your official Soul Shatter rare finisher effect by following the instructions below. Let's not keep you waiting though. Roll the trailer for Path of Exile, Curse of the All Flame.
Okay. Maybe bring it down
just a touch. The All Flame calls us to the sea. To a lost wreck that still draws ghostly breath. A curse down below. With my lanterns, we can explore the sea floor.
It feels delvy a little bit.
We must find the source of your
abyss, right?
Before
it's
the brine rot.
Underwater?
Somewhere in the blackest depths.
So like you're using the All Flame to be able to breathe underwater or something?
Death awaits.
That's a great gaming mechanic. Oh, there's the boat leak, confirmed.
There we go.
Oh my god, it is plan your voyage.
Is this like Synthesis 2.0?
Oh, whoa.
Intangibility. Abyss rework?
Okay, we expected that.
Yeah.
Legion.
Improved Legion.
The mercenaries are back?
Wow.
Atlas and Anomalies. Kadiro?
Kadiro.
Wait, what?
Find your
What?
fortune
Is it a third Scion?
in the depths of the sea.
Who would be the Luminary?
Yeah, that's...
Because it didn't say one of the boss classes, right? This was a...
In today's stream, we'll be walking you through all the details of Path of Exile, Curse of the Oriflame. We'll comb the ocean floor, discovering sunken artifacts of forgotten origins. Fight the horrors of the deep, and do your best to keep from being crushed by the waters above you. We're revisiting some familiar mechanics to bring new life to systems that have begun, perhaps, to show their age. Abyss and Legion will both be receiving significant upgrades, including a new pinnacle boss for Abyss, and a new chase crafting system for unique items in Legion.
I've never enjoyed it.
In addition to revamps of the existing leagues, though, we're also bringing back some old friends. The mercenaries of Trathus are making their way back to Rayclast.
That's wild.
Then we'll explain our new endgame system. We will join Kirak in investigating anomalies appearing on the Atlas. After that, we'll discuss the character and skill balance coming in Curse of the Oriflame. Finally, we'll cover our new set of supporter packs, after which we'll have a live Q&A session where Ziggy D will interview Path of Exile's game director Mark, as well as game designers Octavian and Andrew, answering your questions from Twitch
chat. Is that our same? Is that the guy
After the live stream, we'll drop the full patch notes at 11 a.m. NZT. So let's get started. I'll hand things over to Mark to introduce the new league.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, game director on Path of Exile. In Path of Exile, Curse of the Oriflame, a long-forgotten mystery has begun to stir beneath Rayclast seas. Hidden in the icy depths lie strange and immensely powerful treasures, waiting for those bold enough to claim them. Meet Valerie, a dangerous Corsair captain who needs boots on the ground and on the sea floor to help her retrieve these treasures and unlock their potential. This is where you come in, to help her find the charts scattered across Rayclast. Then,
this chart thing
to guide her
feels a
ship
little
to the
bit kind
patch
of
of
like
brine
Synthesis was,
that holds
just
loot
like
for the taking.
compressed.
In return, you'll get a cut of the profits. These lost charts are guarded by the undead, rival Corsairs, or horrible creatures of the deep.
They tied this to Abyss because it really feels like
each of these monster encounters will also have a custom bonus for defeating the enemies. For example, successfully defeating the accursed undead that guard this treasure chest will cause the grateful trapped soul inside to grant you its power, possessing you and granting you ghastly power for the rest of the area.
Interesting.
Once a chart is in hand, you'll board the good ship, the Sovereign, Valerie or Val's reappropriated Oriathan naval vessel. Here, Val introduces you to the heart and soul of her ship. Quite literally.
There better be a fishing
Vesper,
I heard
another Pondium native like Val, is bound to this ship. His soul burns with the Oriflame's curse, and were his comatose body to be removed from the ship, he would surely die.
Okay.
The silvery apparatus that lines the bows and eaves of the vessel allow him to steer the Sovereign anywhere in Rayclast's waters. Using the chart you've brought, Vesper can navigate to a location so you can scout it for Val, and while doing so, claim whatever treasures there might be.
Wait, is that a map?
How, though, will you avoid a watery grave once sunk below? Vesper controls a spark of the Oriflame, a powerful and mysterious magic, which has been imbued into a number of devices aboard the ship.
Oh, you get a
Chief among them, the bathysphere.
Go to the Titanic?
This entirely safe and well-tested contraption of rivets, bolts, and metal will be your ticket beneath the waves to explore and plunder.
I don't know about that.
While scouting the depths, in order to not need an ample supply of air, we're instead going to place Oriflame lanterns. These are conduits of the power that keeps Vesper alive and bound to the ship, and give you the temporary safety you need to do that exploring.
Oh,
without
so you can only go so far.
Ground.
Yeah. You pick the directions. Okay. So
the first of these is strapped to the bathysphere and activates on landing, rushing the water away to reveal horrifying monstrosities, lost treasures, and a strange luminous coral growing from the corrupted dead in the oceans of Rayclast. These strange growths are the real reason Val has asked you to plumb these waters, as the coral can be broken down into dead man sulfur, the fuel that keeps Vesper's light burning. As you get to the perimeter of the safety provided by an Oriflame lantern, Val will drop more down at your request. There's also an option available to have new lanterns fired automatically for you as soon as you need them, if you prefer speed over fine control.
I like that.
Explore and claim what you can while you can.
Even
Lost
if you just have
fortunes
the
of gold,
whatever button you have for that kind of
chests of
stuff.
valuables,
I'm sure
and
after
lurking
your
threats
800th
all lie
map,
in
it's
wait
gonna
for you
be,
beneath
so
the waves. You might even find the odd lost missive, waylaid on its travel to its intended recipient.
Okay,
But hey,
a reflecting
finders
mist?
keepers, right? Beware though, as Vesper can only power so many lanterns at once, and that power is finite. On placing the last of your lanterns, they will begin, one by one, to flicker and fade, and the creatures of the deep will rush in as they sense the vanishing of the light. You'll have to rush back to the safety of the bathysphere, escaping the cold clutches of creatures that despise the light you bring.
Race backwards through enemies.
You'll want to place every lantern though, as exploring to collect enough dead man sulfur is the only way to successfully chart the area for the next step, planning a voyage. Val will keep a record of the areas you've charted,
like heist.
storing details in her journals. Once you've charted enough areas,
it's like a
talk to
combination
Val,
of the Wildwood and
place your charts on Val's board, connect them together, and create one giant seafloor excursion.
So many mechanics in it.
Each area you chart will reveal a special modifier that applies when it is used as part of a voyage. Apply to either the charts adjacent to it or the whole voyage. Here are a few examples.
Converted to gold.
This modifier causes all equipment dropped by monsters in adjacent charts to be converted to gold. This modifier will spawn friendly jellyfish alongside every pack of monsters in your voyage, which you will promptly slaughter for extra loot and experience, we're sure.
The frogs.
This modifier causes all monsters in adjacent charts to be empowered by Wildwood Wisps.
By 2,000 wisps?
With 9 positions on your board for charts when constructing a voyage, these can stack up fast. There are also charts which can take you to specially rewarding areas of the ocean floor. Fields of anchors strewn with treasure chests full of loot, Kalguran shipments lost at sea, and sunken abyssal pits teeming with monsters, to name just a few. There are even some ancient artifacts you might find and resurface,
which they sometimes do during the intros.
Additionally, the edges of the voyage board track the currents of corruption flowing through the waters of Rayclast, with randomized effects being rolled with each new voyage to affect the charts placed adjacent to them. These add even further rewards to your voyages, and can shake up the way you choose to place your charts.
You were just playing Final Fantasy VIII
Stack
recently.
all of that together in a well-planned voyage with a bit of luck can be a very profitable endeavor. But with so much loot to claim, how are you going to get it all to the surface? Val has a solution for just that problem.
Right? That's like one of the few things they haven't done
yet. In each of the charts that comprise your voyage, there will be a capsule waiting for you, sent down by Val, which can store about an inventory worth of loot. Stuff these full, send Val a signal, and she will pull it back up to the surface, safe and sound.
Oh, this is on the voyages? Yeah, because it's out of 71.
Since voyages are built of 9 charts, that's a lot of opportunities to send back plenty of valuables.
Dang.
Once you're satisfied with the plunder from your well-planned voyage, find any of these capsule locations and call the bathysphere to it as your ticket out. Val will send it down to your rescue, as fast as she can. You just need to survive until it gets there. Good luck. Once you do, don't forget to empty all those capsules full of loot.
Okay.
Now, back to all that dead man sulfur that you've been hard at work gathering. Is that just to keep the Sovereign afloat and Vesper alight? No, it's not. Once you've got a bunch of it, head below decks, and you'll find the heart of the ship at work. Whilst Vesper's body remains above deck, burning away in a contraption of tarnished pipes and corpse-stained glass resides Vesper's soul, and you'll find him to be a pretty crafty fellow, if a bit melancholy. That's where this league's item crafting system comes into play.
Oh, of course.
Give Vesper an item alongside a currency that you could normally use on that item, and an ample supply of Dead Man's Sulfur. That item is then split into a multitude of ghostly forms, each of which will be the result of having applied that currency to the original item.
Interesting.
You can then pick which of the ghostly outcomes you like best to keep for yourself.
Okay.
The others will go up in smoke, as Vesper can only reify a single outcome. This can be
But
done
what does
with
the
almost
intangibility
any
mean?
crafting step you'd like. Want to see a
Holy
few
crap.
outcomes for that influenced exalted orb?
That's actually kind of crazy.
Perhaps you've got a particularly expensive fossil combination you want to get maximum value out of.
Resonators.
That's
pretty
Do be
sick.
wary though, as the more potent the craft, the more sulfur Vesper will require to see it done.
Holy fracturing orbs too.
That's not all, however, as the seafloor
Feels
hides
pretty
some
strong.
yet undiscovered potential in the form of rare and valuable ducats. These can be consumed by Vesper to warp and twist items in ways not seen in centuries,
Well, here we
such
go.
as Kishara's Ducat, which creates 4 ghostly copies of an item, each of which will keep 1 mod from the original, perfect for creating powerful crafting bases.
Dude.
Okay.
The Gentile's Ducat, which can solve item or gem requirement problems by changing one attribute to another.
Okay.
And Brine Hook's Ducat, with which you can become an emissary of the gods of Rayclast. Who knows what these aspects might do?
Pantheon aspects.
These Ducats come from special types of charts, so keep an eye out for them on your travels throughout Rayclast. You may even find some that lead you to notably unwelcoming waters.
No, I don't think it's that.
So that covers the new league. And for the first time in Path of Exile, we're finally going under the sea. Some might even say this is the first real boat league. But that's not all. Not even close. Next up, we've got an old favorite making a return. The mercenaries of Trathus are once again roaming Rayclast, looking for hapless fools to duel. Mercenaries will start appearing from Act 3 in San. Before beginning a duel, you'll be offered an overview of the mercenary you've encountered. Here, you can see the gear they have equipped and the skills they employ.
Because,
as per the Trathan
you can
code,
use them like 20
you have the
levels
right to wager
under
for
what
an
they are.
item the mercenary
I
is
think
carrying.
they'd be level 1 available.
You'll stake some of your gold, and the duel commences. If you lose, you forfeit the levied gold, and the mercenary will teleport out, repulsed at such a poor display.
GGG, buff melee.
Win, however, and to the victor will go the spoils. In addition, if you win the duel, the mercenary will aid you as an ally for a number of areas. Trathan mercenaries are powerful allies to have in Rayclast, assisting in a number of ways.
I'd have to go back to the screen.
Some mercenaries can provide you with powerful auras and buffs, while other mercenaries can do all the killing for you.
Surely you would want...
While in map areas,
ability to keep
if you
them
don't like
forever
anything
for
the
endgame,
mercenary
though.
offers, you have the ability to request their warrant. A warrant is a promise to return and duel again at a later date. A call to action that calls that specific mercenary to a future map, with the same set of skills, but a new set of items. A mercenary will only grant their warrant once, however, preventing you from fighting that mercenary in every single area.
Okay.
Warrants also allow you to trade specific mercenaries to other players. It is important to note that unlike in Mercenaries of Trathus League, having a mercenary does not count as a player party member. So having a mercenary does not increase monster life or the quantity and rarity of items dropped from
monsters. Does not increase quantity or rarity.
Given that, you may be wondering, but what if I really like a mercenary I found?
You had a good mercenary.
They have a great personality and powerful skills. Is there really no way I can keep them as an ally permanently? Well, you can, but only if you are a Scion. For the second time in 6 months, the Scion is getting a new Ascendancy class.
What?
The Luminary.
Specifically for mercenaries?
The Luminary is a natural leader, lighting the way for others to follow. Becoming a Luminary immediately lets them allocate the noble blood
That's
hazard,
its default?
allowing them to permanently hire any mercenary they find in Rayclast. Luminaries can have up to 3 permanently hired mercenaries.
Well, remember when I said I don't understand why you would sell those contracts
and 1 as
or
an
whatever?
active ally in combat.
There you go.
Unlike with regular mercenaries, you can change the items permanently hired mercenaries have equipped, opening up innumerate potential build possibilities.
Oh, man.
By default, permanently hired mercenaries cannot be equipped with unique items, but these passives enable them to equip specific types of uniques. While the legendary arms passive empowers mercenaries that have many different unique items equipped.
I don't know how I feel.
Luminaries have the flexibility of becoming a support character to their mercenary,
Problem is that
or having their mercenary
your
support
has
them.
To be all of your power.
The Oath of Fealty and Golden Glory passives empower your mercenary by using your link skills on them. The Loyal Bodyguard and Bestowed Knighthood passives enable your mercenary to protect you in combat, as well as enhancing their aura skills. As with any old league that we add to the core game, we have added full Atlas Tree and Scarab support. Here are just a few examples.
Okay.
These passives allow you to much more easily target the specific types of mercenaries you want showing up in your maps. The Loot and Pillage passive gives mercenaries a chance to drop all their items when defeated, instead of just the one you selected. The Trathan Scarab of Renown makes it so the spawned mercenary is covered head to tail in unique items.
Wow.
And the Trathan Scarab of Infamy forces a more powerful, infamous mercenary to spawn, accompanied by 2 other mercenaries for a truly unfair duel. Unfair for them. There's even a few entirely new mercenary types, one of which is found exclusively on the seafloor in rare Curse of the Allflame encounters.
Mysterious Diver.
Sellswords of Trathus won't be the whole of your problems in 3.29, however, as the denizens of the Lightless are getting some much-needed updates with the modernization and rework of Abyss. When we brought Abyss over to Path of Exile 2 and Rise of the Abyssal, some functional changes to the mechanic were made to improve the gameplay significantly. In Curse of the Allflame, the majority of those changes will be making their way back to Path of Exile 1. The existing Abyss content had some notable problems. Aside from being very dated, it also required the player to follow a crack as it opens, often backtracking throughout already cleared areas. Now, as you approach an abyssal pit, and the cracks leading up to it, you will find that it is already open and spilling forth abyssal energy into the surrounding area, subjugating the souls of enemies unlucky enough to be within its influence. Slaying these enemies will send those souls spiraling down into the pit, following the attention and ire of the minions of Kulamak that dwell beneath. Slay enough of them, and the Abyssal Legion will spill forth from their domain to tear you apart. The upshot of this rework is twofold.
It kind of needs the graphics from PoE2,
Firstly, there is now much more visceral feedback in the moment-to-moment gameplay of Abyss, with audio and visual cues drawing the player along. And most important, you'll never need to chase a meandering abyssal crack around a map ever again. No more backtracking. However, be on your guard. The abyssal minions of Kulamak have some different tricks up their sleeves in PoE 1, and many employ entirely different skills to those of their PoE 2 counterparts. To be clear, there are still some aspects of the existing abyssal system that we will be keeping. Abyssal jewels and items with abyssal sockets will remain. In fact, we have given Abyss a similar treatment to what we did with Dell fossils in our last release, moving abyssal rewards out of other areas of the game to make Abyss the exclusive source of abyssal jewels and Stygian vices. This will also come with a complete refresh of abyssal scarabs and Atlas passive tree investment.
Okay, I'm doing Abyss.
With some truly dangerous and wild new ways to take on the Lightless hordes.
I wonder if
lastly for Abyss, but definitely not least, Abyss is bringing an entirely new endgame pinnacle boss with its own set of brand new unique items.
Rings?
This boss has a very unique way of accessing it. What does this eyeball do? Good luck figuring this one out.
Great.
Let's move on to our next league being reworked.
Nice story.
Legion. Every league should have distinct and interesting rewards that are exclusively available from that mechanic. This allows players to specialize in certain corners of the game, rewarding those who engage with a given mechanic. Legion is next on our list to receive this treatment. Despite having a unique combat mechanic, we felt Legion didn't have interesting exclusive rewards outside of Timeless Jewels. While incubators were technically exclusive to Legion, they effectively granted the same rewards that you could get elsewhere. So, what are we doing about it? Firstly, incubators are being removed. No longer will you have to remember to apply incubators to all your equipment every few maps. Instead, we will be adding a new type of reward exclusive to Legion, vestigial unique items. Legion generals and maps will have a chance to drop a new type of currency item, enshrouding crystals. These can be used on your unique armors. You can then take the enshrouded item to the domain of timeless conflict, which might look a little bit different to what you remember. A giant crystal emerges from the center of the domain, and there appears to be some sort of entity trapped inside, potentially the reason that these armies are engaged in eternal conflict. At the base of the crystal are a number of smaller crystals. Clicking on one allows us to place our enshrouded item inside. As we then kill monsters in the domain of timeless conflict, our gloves within the crystal begin to transform. And once you have killed enough, the crystal becomes volatile and looks ready to fracture. I wonder what will come out. Our Shaper's Touch transformed into a Malagero's Virtuosity. But now, the Malagero's Virtuosity has a trace of the original enshrouded item bestowed upon it in the form of a vestigial implicit modifier. As you can see, enshrouding crystals allow you to transfer powerful modifiers from one unique item.
Path of Gamba here.
Here are some more examples of vestigial unique items.
The craziest part is
helmets,
you have to give up the good
boots,
items.
gloves,
Face breakers with
Doriani's touch,
and body armors.
All sockets
in addition to vestigial items, we are also making a number of small improvements to Legion. You no longer need to kill every last monster to begin the Legion encounter. Breaking out all the key monsters, chests, and the majority of monsters will be enough to start the combat automatically.
Wow, there's a
no more cheeky single monster hiding in the corner, preventing your encounter from starting. Legion monsters drop fewer splinters, but in larger stack sizes, resulting in fewer clicks in each encounter. Unrelenting timeless emblems have been removed, with regular timeless emblems absorbing many of their effects, causing the domain of timeless conflict to become harder, but more rewarding as you kill monsters. Your reward progress in the domain is now tracked by charging up these small purple crystals, rather than flooding your screen with hundreds of reward icons. The rewards are still the same, just not obscuring your screen with symbols. Talismans were introduced back in 2015, but over the years have been long neglected and lack a meaningful place or purpose. We are making a number of changes to bring talismans back to relevance. Firstly, talismans are now exclusive rewards from Bestiary. Every red beast has a chance to drop a talisman specific to that beast.
A bestiary?
A bestiary?
For example, the Krashik Croaker can drop the Croaker talisman. What makes these talismans special? Well, you'll notice a couple of changes compared to old talismans. Firstly, talismans no longer drop corrupted, making them far easier to craft once you find one.
They don't drop corrupted, which would have been good enough by themselves.
The special modifiers on talismans are now enchantments, rather than implicits. This means they compete with blight anointments, allowing their effects to be significantly more powerful than before.
But they
can't
be
more examples
blighted,
of new
though.
talismans. Talisman unique items have all been improved, and now have a chance to drop from all bestiary bosses. Check out the new Eyes of the Great Wolf talisman, which has some crazy possibilities.
Whoa!
So that is everything covering
like
the new and reworked League mechanics in 3.29.
What was the jewel that everybody, the one with nothing or whatever that everybody
quite a lot of
loved?
in-game content, with mercenaries returning,
you just get two
and
random
upgraded
whatevers,
Abyss,
and
Legion's new
most of them
reward
are
mechanic,
garbage,
and of course, everything the Curse of the Allflame League has to offer.
More Gamba.
But even with all of that, we're not done. Because what about the Atlas itself? Given Zana's actions to try and destroy it in the last two expansions. Zana's actions are causing the Atlas to become ever more destabilized. Strange locations have begun to manifest on the Atlas, many of which seem to be bleeding over from familiar places in Rayclast. Kirak has labeled these as anomalies. When you complete maps affected by a Voidstone, there is a chance that when you next open your Atlas, an anomaly may manifest. Like this one, the Mana Foyer. Like regular maps on the Atlas, you can select them at your map device. But unlike regular maps, these don't require an item to enter. It looks like this area is the abode of Cadero Perandus.
Wow.
Cadero is willing to offer valuable items in exchange for our gold.
Coins.
If you don't like what is on offer, you can reject it, and he will immediately offer another item. The next offer will cost more gold, but hopefully is much more valuable
it's like
to
the,
you.
chest
If
from
you don't have
PoE2.
enough gold for the offered item, don't worry. Cadero is
version.
happy to wait for you to replenish your coffers. You can return to the area at any time. The anomaly will not disappear from the Atlas until you either purchase an item or reject all his offers. Anomalies are unique in this regard. Unlike other locations on the Atlas, these areas can often be revisited. Let's quickly run through a few of the anomalies that can manifest. Reflecting Mists and the Nameless Seer no longer randomly spawn within maps, but instead now appear in their own anomaly areas.
Makes sense. That honestly makes sense.
Scrying is no longer the domain of the Nameless Seer, but instead can be done through the new, tradable Scrying Orb. Some anomalies grant a taste of League mechanics you might not normally run, without having to be fully invested into them.
I don't think
For
anybody
example,
not many people did
this
it
anomaly creates a random, fully revealed heist blueprint wing with random rogue companions.
What?
This anomaly has a version of the Sacred Grove where the plants have fully taken over. This strongbox seems to have a strange mechanism.
Wait, no, the PoE one is here.
Atlas anomalies are unaffected by your Atlas skill tree, and you can't augment them using any fragments. Therefore, they can be run at any time without feeling like they have to be saved for later to maximize the potential rewards. There are many more Atlas anomalies to discover for yourselves,
will suck.
each of them tied to a specific Atlas quadrant. It is therefore worth discovering which ones can spawn in each part of the Atlas, as it may influence what Atlas strategy you wish to pursue.
A thing that spawned in maps before?
So that is a heap of new challenges to encounter, from the League and the in-game. But you may be asking what new tools do we have to face these challenges? In 3.29, we are giving a bit of love to spellcasters, specifically those that cast spells themselves. But first, let's address the elephant in the room that astute players may have noticed. Yes, I'm talking about those socket colors. So, after the better part of 2 decades, in 3.29, we're making a fairly radical change. Sockets, at a basic level, don't have colors anymore. You can now put any colored gem into any socket. We're doing this to address a long-running issue for both new and experienced players. I'm sure almost everyone who has played before has run into the issue of finding a notable upgrade and have struggled to find a way to equip it. Maybe you find an amazing body armor, one that would give you a substantial boost to your defenses, but you just can't move your skill or support gems over because the colors of the sockets just don't match, and you didn't luck out with your chromatic orbs. It's not fun when you have to unequip a bunch of skills or supports just to use a better item. This can still happen with the socket numbers and socket links, so it's not like it's just purely trivial, but the colors were just unnecessary.
Look at that.
And not only prevented upgrading gear, it limited build experimentation. So, given that, what do the colors on gems with regards to sockets even now mean? Well, the colors on gems for sockets are still relevant, just as an upgrade system. You can still find items with colored sockets, and you can craft them onto items. They are just rarer and more powerful. Most importantly, they don't restrict what can be socketed into them.
So
how are they more powerful? Well, if you were to find an item with, say, a green socket, you can put a green gem inside of it to get an additional quality bonus to that gem. This allows socket colors to be a purely positive outcome on an item, while not just simplifying the system away.
Greens are 10 quality.
You can also still change the color of sockets on your items using a chromatic orb, which now guarantees at least one red, blue, or green socket. This change will make it easier for everyone to upgrade items and maintain their build, especially while progressing. Speaking of builds and gems, we wanted to make sure we improve some of those, specifically for spellcasters. Let's get into that. Spellcasters have a large number of different skills to choose from, but often many skills play and scale in similar ways. We have done a pass through existing spells,
that means at low levels,
differentiating spell damage types from each other.
Yeah.
For example,
that makes a
Shadow's
difference
physical
for
spells,
some.
like Ethereal Knives and Bladefall, now have a much higher critical strike chance than other spells at the expense of damage. Pure lightning spells now all have generally higher cast speeds, but they cost more mana per second than other spells. We noticed that some of the Ascendancy classes for Shadow, Witch, and Templar were lacking options for general spellcasting, so we've added a new notable to the Assassin,
Bifurcating?
the Occultist,
Spirit Infusion?
and the Inquisitor.
Okay, we'll have to go back and look at those.
We are also introducing a new skill,
that one said base,
Mana
that
Infused
one was,
Staff, that infuses your staff with arcane energy, raising your block chance and reducing the mana cost of your spells. In addition, when you are hit by an enemy, you retaliate with a wave of arcane lightning.
That's cool.
Dealing damage based on your maximum mana. One of the struggles we noticed with certain self-cast archetypes was that they lacked a scaling option in the endgame.
I love Dark.
In 3.29, we're adding a special new set of exceptional skill gems called Pacts. Each pact is themed around a specific Beyond demon and Lycia. You can make a bargain with these demons to empower your spells. But at what cost, you may ask?
War cries?
Well,
spell cries?
These spells don't have a typical cost, but instead cause the player to gain a special affliction debuff. Don't worry too much, though. The rewards will be worth it. For example, Path of Exile causes many of your different spells to just cause a ruckus.
That says 35%
While Pact of Gore is for dot builds. Using this pact will plague your enemies. Just cast it and watch everything around you melt.
Every 2 seconds.
I wonder what Pact of Lycia and Pact of Katash do. We won't go into the specifics of all the balance changes we are making here, but there are many more caster improvements, including buffs to specific spells and supports, buffs to caster unique items, as well as more and better ways to solve mana. Check out the patch notes later for all the details. Next up, we're going to be talking about the new supporter packs for Curse of the
let's see where our money's going.
Today, we're launching two new series of supporter packs, the Plague and Remedis packs.
I can already tell the Remedis one
Each
wins.
tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions.
I don't like dirty.
As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way.
Probably has an insanely
The Plague series of supporter packs contains 7 exclusive microtransactions. Equipping the Plague weapon skin replaces the default appearance of your staff, sword, mace, or shield
no, thank you.
with a weapon that has been submerged in corrosive toxins.
Okay.
The Plague Rat Pet is the result of a nefarious experiment.
I can't stand them.
When a unique enemy is nearby, it faints as a defensive mechanism to protect its fragile body so it can continue to spread disease.
I don't need my pet to play
The metal of the Plague Bearer armor set has corroded, and the cloth has begun to disintegrate from being exposed to such toxic elements.
And it
includes the Plague Bearer back attachment, which spreads disease across the ground in town areas, maximizing the chance of infection.
But it's
a diseased swarm infects your weapon when using the Plague Bearer weapon effect.
Oh, finisher effect.
Use it
finisher effect.
Wait a minute.
Erupting Pustule's rare finisher effect to spread vile and devastating
that's a good one.
disease to
That's
monsters
a
you kill.
frame loser right there.
Activating the
that's a frame
Plague
loser.
Wraith
Of course,
map
it has
device
a
causes the
map.
plague
I told
energy
you it
to
has a
flow
map
from the
device.
chained being. Given the goal of spreading such illness is to end the lives of as many as possible, the map device tracks kills in kind, showing you the number of enemies killed in each map.
Damn it.
Sorted by rarity.
I need one of those.
Feel free to even pin the count of enemies slain in a map to the leaderboard at your leisure. Pair it with the putrefying portal to fully immerse yourself in the Plague Propagator experience. Both the map device and the portal emit such a potent putrefaction that even the birds flying overhead cannot survive, as they plummet to the ground around it. The Remedis Pack series also contains 7 exclusive microtransactions. The Remedis weapon skin changes the appearance of your staff, wand, scepter, or shield, with relics once used by the Order of the Remedis Knights against the plague.
Interesting.
The Medi Roa pet is kitted out with all the supplies necessary for healing in remote locations.
Dude,
strangely, these rowers seem to have a particular fondness for goblin meat.
Right.
The Remedis Knight armor set is bestowed upon those tasked with traveling through Rayclast to purge the sick of their diseases. The matching back attachment cleanses the disease left behind on the ground in town areas by the Plague Bearer back attachment. It's an important job of a Remedis Knight to not let disease take over. Help by doing your part. The Remedis Knight weapon effect funnels the divine power of purification into your weapon. Return to the Saints' End Monastery hideout to recuperate from your purifying duties. Once a thriving center for curing ailments, this monastery has slowly wasted away while lying unused. If you're feeling brave enough, there's even a platform to dive into the purifying waters below before washing back up at the base of the hideout.
That's pretty good.
Last, but not least, use the Reservoir of Benediction Affinity Stash to store all of your elixirs. This stash opens to your stash tab with the Flask Affinity set. Additionally, all microtransactions from the supporter packs are available for use in Path of Exile 2. We're looking forward to seeing which of you choose to become the plague and spread disease across Rayclast, or those who wish to fight against it by becoming a Remedis Knight. Thank you so much for your ongoing support.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well.
What is, let me turn the volume down. Let's go back and... initial thoughts?
The league mechanic looks interesting. I think I worry that having to run back to the fucking bathysphere thing might get a little really frustrating.
Annoying. Yeah, I mean, it's like Heist, right?
Yeah. Well, it's like
the least fun part of Heist.
It's like Heist, and also as those things are shrinking, you're going to have to pass through the water sections that dramatically slow you down.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But I mean, I feel like if and when that sucks, it'll get changed.
Probably, yeah.
But I was slightly worried that as you're like moving out, that there's not enough density and not enough fun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much fun it's going to be to like mine these bubbles, but you know, they always show it in the demos. It's always probably the worst version is the version we're seeing. So
yeah, it's the version that shows off the mechanic itself rather than the destruction of the mechanic.
Right. Okay. Let's see if we can let's see what do we got here. Okay. Spell critical chance bifurcates. Jeez Louise. Crit strike chance rolled twice when determining if a crit strike should occur. If either roll succeeds, the hit will be a regular critical strike. And if both succeed, it's a super crit.
Okay.
This is equivalent to doubling the amount by which the critical strike multiplier exceeds 100 for that hit. I don't know what that means. If a modifier makes your critical strike chance lucky or unlucky, that luck will apply individually to each of the rolls. Oh, that's pretty cool too. Hits which cause hits to always be critical strikes prevent bifurcation. Oh, okay. Otherwise, they would just be insane damage.
But that's not the same thing as just having 100% chance to crit, though, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Anything that ever just says like all hits are crits or whatever.
Got it.
Okay. Spirit Infusion. Each stack of Spirit Infusion grants 30% faster start of Energy Shield recharge. Channeling spells deals 10% more damage. More damage, by the way, and channeling spells have 20% more cost. Okay, so they're getting stronger and cost more. They're really playing with this mana thing for self-cast. Maximum of 5 stacks. You lose 1 stack every 0.5 seconds if you have not gained a stack in the past 2 seconds.
My problem with always tying self-cast stuff to a whole bunch of mana is it's like all roads lead back to Archmage.
Yeah, but don't you have an issue though if like if things just get too expensive? Like, at some point you're gonna have to,
right?
Yeah, I don't know. Every
like one of the main things of Archmage is like solving that mana cost, right?
But this by the way, this is while channeling, so that's kind of interesting here for the occultist.
Yeah.
Are they big channelers, occultists?
No, that
what
feels
even
like
is the good channeling stuff these days.
Stormburst, but normally we put that on totems.
I know, right?
Flame Blast. Still pretty good.
There you go. But that I mean, there's so many other things that's played on.
What's the
this is an interesting one.
What's the fire one? The oh god, I'm not.
Like the Righteous Fire one from back
No,
in
no,
the
no,
day?
no. No. Well, Scorching Ray, that's one, but I was thinking of
Of the
uh
venting or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah, 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 yeah.
incinerate or whatever.
Incinerate, yeah.
Okay, all right. So that's the occultist one. What was this? Infuses your staff with arcane energy, lowering your mana cost and increasing your chance to block. When you block, you release an. Oh, that was the arcane wave that they showed. So what
Right,
does it
right,
say?
right, right.
Mana reservation of this skill is always 30%. Oh, no way to cut it down. Okay. Base lightning damage equal to deals base lightning damage equal to 73% of maximum mana. That's pretty good. Buff grants 30% less mana cost of skills. That's really good. Buff grants 24% more chance to block. Oh, more chance. So not doesn't grant 24% chance, grants 24% more chance.
I'd be
So what does
very.
that mean?
What does the math on that look like? I don't know if we've ever had any. Have we ever had any effects that give more chance to block?
They've got to exist, right? But
I would have to go look at the champion
I don't.
passive
It's
tree.
definitely way worse than 24%, right? Because I mean, at a cap of 75, like even at 60, you're getting 15. So if you're at 60% block, it'll give you the extra 15 basically to get to the end.
Something like that, yeah.
That's not nothing. But what's interesting here too is because it's more chance to block, it doesn't work with what's the thing down in the duelist area that converts excess attack block into spell block?
I gotta go pull up the passive tree.
Um
It is versatile combatant.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
honorable combatant. I knew something combatant. Yeah, versatile combatant. That won't work here, right? Because that just takes a chance to block a. Well, no, it could. I guess it could. Because it just says anything over 75 is converted to spell block, right?
It's Gladiator that has all the block nodes, right?
Yeah, yeah. Except for that one, right? It doesn't have a more like this.
No, it doesn't.
No. That's an interesting spell because it's much worse than it seems. You know, it like resistance is different because you get so much of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just penalized, right? This one, there's no penalty, so you maximally have 75, but if you have 75, you're already at the cap. So 24%, you need to get to like 60 to finish you off. At 50%, it's only like 12%. So it's not that much. But I mean, on top of 30% less and a pretty beefy block thing, and assuming, you know, interestingly that it's lightning, so it can't necessarily chill, but there are ways to make lightning damage chill, or you can do some conversion of lightning into cold. So like there's probably some more stuff you can do here to increase the defensive capabilities of this.
The effectiveness of added damage is 450%, by the way.
Yeah. So it's doing it's doing what, 310 or so percent chance, or 310% of your maximum mana as base damage, or as just damage.
Yeah.
Or is base damage not the same as added damage?
Oh, no, base damage is not the same. So the base damage would be whatever 73% of your.
But any additional damage you have goes into it 450%, which is beefy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good for defenses.
I mean,
but 30% reservation is a lot of res though, and it can't be reduced.
It is, yeah. The 30% less mana cost is probably really good.
But you know, mana reservation of this skill is always 30%. You know what I was not thinking? That means you can 6-link this.
Oh, that's true.
So you can play with this one like crazy.
Yeah. Not even just, I mean,
is this going to become the new, like, you know, gladiators running around doing all their whatever it's called, like the
retaliation,
the retaliation stuff? Is this spelltaliation?
Spelltaliation.
We got spell cries and spelltaliation.
I think I mean, at minimum, I think this is even useful as like a shock applicator.
Oh, yeah, for like, especially for like elementalists.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick. All right, let's check out these packs. Cast a pact empowering your damage over time spells, but burdening you with an infliction. Its skill also grants the Hunger of Gore buff for a duration, causing Flesh Rend to trigger periodically. Empowers the next 3 non-ailment damage over time spells you cast. Important line there. Empowered skills deal 40% more damage over time. I mean, that is beefy. That's beefy. Hunger of Gore base duration is 6 seconds. Triggers Flesh Rend every 2, so you get 3 triggers. It triggers faster per stage. Okay. Flesh Rend fires a projectile that turns toward enemies in front of it. The projectile does not hit enemies, but as it travels, it applies a short physical damage over time. Oh, this is Soul Rend, but Flesh Rend. Oh my god, I love Soul Rend. This could be fun. The debuff also increases the damage over time they take from all sources. Wow. Okay. So a damage over time that does a physical damage over time. It's weird because it's bleed versus poison damage. Man. Doesn't this feel like this could be kind of, well, I guess not.
But it's so these are only for self-cast?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Does it specifically say?
It says the next non-ailment damage over time spells you cast.
And that doesn't count triggers.
I don't know about triggers, but like totems and
Yeah.
mines and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Okay.
Could be interesting to play with cats on crit.
Cats on crit? I'll be honest, inside of this, I'm sure the we're not going to look at the patch notes on stream probably, but I'm sure there's more in there. But I think one of my takeaways is this was not as overwhelming as I would have thought it was. Like, it's good, it's solid, it looks fun. I don't know that other than the Luminary, I didn't think there was anything that completely caught me off guard. Even the sockets thing, which we had partially spoiled for us, because we had it partially spoiled, I think it didn't hit us as cool as it was.
Right.
Because while colors do suck for sure, I mean, anybody that knows all the tricks to get multiple off colors on pieces of gear knows this pain.
I think the sockets and the links are more frustrating in early progression, especially.
Yeah.
Because I honestly feel like I get gated more frequently in like Act 3, Act 4 by not being able to find a 4 link or not being able to find a 5 link or whatever.
Yeah.
Like once you get beyond a certain point.
Don't you feel like, because they have those old what were they, the foretellings or whatever, the thing that what's her name used to have, but the prophecies, the coins that used to turn in, the ones for 5 links and 6 links, like it works in PoE too, and realistically, like 6 links and 5 links are the only things that cause you pain, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like, do we get to the point where that's just all you want? It's just that's just what you have, that you just have something that turns something into a 5 link, something that turns something into a 6 link, that goes along those lines, because like 4 links are trivial, right? Might as well just drop 4. Like everything should just drop 4 linked,
right?
Probably.
Like once you get beyond a certain point, like it does not take that many fusings to 4 link something. The problem is you just don't have enough fusings during your first character.
Yeah, and so really the question just comes down to, like, are fusings adding enough at this point to be worth not just switching over to rarer like discrete things that just say convert this item into a 5 link, convert this thing into a 6 link.
Oh, you're talking about the same way that the
gems in PoE2 do.
Right.
Yeah. Just, as you get into maps, you start seeing these 6 linkers drop, and then you just sell them for a couple div or something and move on. Versus now, we play this game where you buying hundreds. Like, is anybody enjoying the slot machine? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it doesn't help that it's like being put in comparison directly to PoE2, right? Is like having them side by side and now having PoE2 in a good state where it's been pretty enjoyable to play. It feels like you can feel some of the, we'll say, drawbacks of the systems that were changed between the games a little bit more strongly, especially on like a brand new character in a brand new league.
It's
Honestly,
just that the thing is that the colors, I mean, the socket links were not like, yes, they're a problem, but they were not the frustrating part. Or like
Yeah.
they're not the thing that's like
the color. You're saying the colors weren't the frustrating
no,
part?
no. The links are not the part that I think is the hard part to work around.
Really?
Like early in the game, right? Like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Working up to getting your first 4 link is better than starting with all your gems before linked, right?
Right.
I can understand that. So
Yep.
like that's cool, but like you're not burning fusings in the campaign really. Maybe you might just do a one-off here or there, but like you're really not really doing that. Like so you're really not
Depends
using,
on how good the gear is that drops, but
well,
yeah.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Right. But
Yeah.
like generally speaking, you just kind of take what you have.
Right.
The colors were the thing.
Yeah.
And the colors were kind of a game that was interesting to play. Now, I can understand it was frustrating because sometimes you want to upgrade a piece of gear like they're showing here, and you couldn't, right? Like the amount of times
Yeah.
you're sitting there stuck because you get a really good white 4-linked item, and you just go to your table and give it a resistance, and you go, well, I guess I'm using this thing white for almost the whole campaign because it's 4-linked, like the colors were really interesting, I think. There was a lot of things you could do around it, like swapping to less optimal supports in some cases, or just deciding which of your support skills was the most important, or eschewing support skills altogether in order to just have better gear on. I thought this was an interesting thing at the beginning of a league. Obviously, it gets more annoying later on when you need a very particular item, but you have to like make it be 5 off or 6 off across 2 colors or
Right.
something. But there was even things that I honestly thought were kind of fun. I mean, they were annoying sometimes, but kind of fun, where you knock it down to 2 links, you hard set those sockets, and then you keep adding the third and keep adding the fourth until you
Right.
get the ones you need. So to me, like colors was the funnish game. And I guess they kept it. You can still color it to get optimal, because I mean, getting a 6 link that's perfectly colored for what you need
It
is
still
still
gives you
10
10
quality on
quality.
every gem.
And quality is way more impactful now than it used to be too, because of all the changes they made to the quality stuff
Oh,
before.
that's really true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you potentially get a lot of damage from gem quality now.
And like I said, with the Dialas, there's some crazy stuff with that.
Oh
does.
yeah.
So okay.
It's very interesting.
Here's an interesting point. I don't know if this is good, but just occurs to me. Things like triad grip, things like
oh yeah.
any items that give bonuses based on the colors of sockets were
Don't
always
restrict what you could use anymore.
Yeah, also think now your weapon, there's like get accuracy based on the amount of green sockets you have, or gain whatever based on the red sockets that you have.
Yeah.
You can do that now independent of what you put in there. So that's an interesting development here too. I think this color thing is probably cooler than we're giving it credit for. I guess what I'm saying is the color thing to me is a major hit. But even though it was a game that was kind of fun to play, but to me, what they left with the links is not a fun game. And there's no fun way around it, right? There's just, you can hard code it in the bench, but you need hundreds, if not thousands, of the fusings. Let's just shrink those down a bit. Like, let's just make them more discreet. If you don't like the idea that it's one item that's going to drop and cost 3 divines or something, then let's make fusings 10x rarer and 10x more potent or something. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, I'm not a game designer, but I just don't think playing the 6-link game is fun.
Right. Yeah.
In the sense of like sitting there in your hideout, just chain spamming, I guess, inventory worth of fusings.
The problem with fusings in my mind is that if you get lucky 6-linking items, it feels incredible. Like if you manage to hit a 6-link in less than 1,500 fusings, you're like, I did it.
Or God forbid you do it in your first like 100.
Right.
But here's the but then for as good as that feels, think about how annoying it is when you
Oh,
want
no,
when you
I've
have a
been-
pretty good item and you want to take it from 5 to 6 links and you lose the 5 and you get down to the near the end of your stack of fusings and you don't have a 5 back yet.
Yeah.
That part always sucks. You always end up having to have like the one 5 link item and then you need a new item that you're working towards getting 6 linked. Not the end of the world, but like links I don't like.
I think I mean,
I don't
I'm sure
want them
everybody
always to be fully linked. I'll be clear. I don't want them always to be fully linked, but
Yeah.
I do want them to come up still find a better way for the linking thing because it's far less fun than colors.
I'm sure everybody has been through the situation at some point or another where you're like 3,000 fusings deep on a piece of equipment and wish you had just taken the 1,500 from the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're 2,000 in and then you're like, should I just take another 1,500? Or when all the math you know about the gambler's fallacy does,
Right.
like, I know it doesn't work this way, but I'm due. It's due. 50 more and I'm due.
It should have happened already. It just needs the 100 more fusings.
So that was cool. Colors was cool.
What do you think about Abyss?
Abyss. Well, we don't know enough about it, right? It looks fine. It looks good, right? Because I mean, it is annoying. The little cracks that appear inside of Abyss, are bad. Where are they?
There
oh, here
is.
they are.
Yeah, you just got them.
So the cracks and how slow they are, and just the fact that only little white mobs pop out of the cracks while they're traveling made Abyss annoying.
Yep.
And the only thing that people enjoyed doing was like the spires and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I think this fixes that. It certainly is visually a cluster in a good way. Otherwise, I don't know what changed. It just looks like it's just way less clumsy to deal with. Like the mobs are just in the map. But what's crazy is that a lot of people already liked Abyss. So like, with how good Abyss is for XP, is this not just an auto include if you're in that area and you don't have something better to do on your Atlas?
It kind of already was, wasn't it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If for XP and stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think people sleep on the 6 socket or the 6 mod jewels. And now that you can only get the jewels in Abyss, it's probably going to be one of the most done leagues. I don't feel the same way about Bestiary.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Bestiary can honestly be a little annoying at times unless you're like specifically trying to farm it for something specific.
Oh, here's that. Legion has now the crazy thing. What do we think of these? Oh, I didn't see that this is 20% of fizz damage taken as fire damage.
Oh, wow.
So is that a cloak of flame that got converted over?
Something like that, probably, yeah.
Is
that...
There's Alberon's Warpath. Cannot be frozen. Got that from Wanderlust.
Wait a minute. A Bramblejack with damage conversion or fizz taken as. When would you normally use Bramblejack?
Well, when you're leveling. Oh my god, it's insane when you're leveling.
Yeah, but you don't have.
No, I know you don't want this. I mean, this is not a good item, but they're just showing it an example, right? Yeah, that kind of bricks it almost. 50% increased spell damage. I mean, that's a pretty bland one to bring over. But the interesting thing to note here was that for or no, what did this do? Oh, so this is an enchantment. So enchantments don't compete with Eater and Exarch, right?
No.
Oh, it doesn't matter anyways. These are uniques.
Yes, also correct. We
didn't hear anything about Screams of the Desiccated, by the way.
Yeah, they actually.
I'm sure that's in the. I'm sure that's in the Q&A.
Actually, is it in the patch notes?
Screams. Are you gonna look it up now?
It's not in the patch notes.
Fuck! It was probably in the Q&A.
It was probably in the Q&A.
Rip my belt. Hashtag no flask mafia.
This is a lot of steps.
This was a lot of steps. And I don't think it didn't from how I understood it, it didn't seem like Legion changed that much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well,
the timer's still activated.
The timer's still activated. The in-map legions take less kills to break it open. They removed incubators.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from these
I'm not running it.
Yeah, I was about to say, aside from these unique changes,
is this
did
Namahus?
Legion?
Is this guy rolling around with Namahus?
Is there actually anything different? Like, we took something away, we gave it these unique implicits or enchantments, but the unique enchantments take so many steps. Like, I mean, I'm personally not a Legion enjoyer.
No. The timer, I don't like. There was just so many leagues where we add timer mechanics. Not feeling it.
Yeah.
But I'm open to it. Like, again, if people get into it and we find out more when it's actually live and it actually is pretty fun, then I could be into Legion. Conceptually, I like the idea as that. But like, what I never liked about it is that you needed high screen clear, high chain. It was very difficult to be a localized player, even a localized player with a lot of AoE. You really needed like screen clearing chain to enjoy it.
Legion was a lot of fun when Vol Ice Nova was really strong.
Fair. Essence Drain Contagion at its peak.
Yeah,
that was always a good one.
If you can get enough AoE, Essence Drain Contagion is real fun in Legion. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Malagaros. Where? Oh, let's go. Where did we see? Oh yeah, here we go. So we got Skyforth with Purity of Lightning, level 30 Purity of Lightning. That's fascinating.
The Kelm's Roots with the movement speed.
Oh,
that's
Lee. No way. That would be so good.
That's pretty fucking.
It's an entire Reliquarian Ascendancy.
Yeah. An entire Reliquarian Ascendancy.
Well, because it's basically Kelm's Roots plus you get to move fast, which is basically the Reliquarian Ascendancy. That is an insane boot. And honestly, probably not a rare version. Yes, you have to nuke the 150% move speed boots in order to get this, but the Kelms are not necessarily that rare, I don't think, tier wise.
What's the move speed boots? Is it
God, I just needed them for that Cyclone build I was running this league, and I don't remember. Let me see. I have it open.
I keep thinking it's Zeri stuff.
Stampede. Stampede.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Stampede.
Stampede was very expensive this league because that build at points because of that build was very strong. The Void Shockwave. Slayer Cyclone thing.
What do we think about Mercenaries and not the Reliquarian, the
Luminary?
Luminary?
Yeah, I'll pull it up here in a second. Let's see what we can see. Corrupted Soul for Lion's Eye Remorse, and then look at that, triggers level 20 Elemental Aegis when equipped on Aegis Aurora. That's thematic. The all sockets linked thing to me is fascinating. There is going to be a lot of tabulas burned into other uniques as like a cheap way to do this. But then again, you have to go through the whole process of taking it to a
that's the thing.
Legion.
You have to drop the item inside a Legion encounter. You have to plop it onto a tabula or whatever, and then you have to get enough splinters for a multi-way Legion thing to then take it in to do the thing, and then you have to get lucky and get the unique that you want.
You would never put it on this.
Which presumably is only uniques from the global drop pool.
Presumably, yeah. Yeah, I'm not feeling that.
I don't know how I feel.
I think that's maybe overcooked. We got to wait to see how that is in live, because that doesn't strike me as particularly strong.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into the here we are, the Luminary. All right, so you can hire a mercenary permanently.
That is just the default node.
Yeah, that like as soon
for this Ascendancy.
and then you can pick two, which let you basically get or no. That is your no, because look at you start in the center, don't you? So you see the dead center.
Oh, so
it looks like
it's
the
not,
first point that you
so
get.
it's not the default node.
No.
Okay.
Again, this has to be on the website for this. That must be released. Or maybe they haven't released it yet because they're still balancing it. That's possible too.
Path of Exile, Curse of
That might be one of those things they release next week.
Oh, nope, it's on the website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to see what these other ones were too.
All right. Tell us what are the little nodes around that center node?
Let me see. Let's see. Does this work? Let's try.
Okay. Yeah, I can see
There we go.
it.
There we go. All right. So the little nodes are mercenary and their minions. Oh, I can zoom in. There we go. Mercenary and their minions deal 15% increased damage.
Light radius thing.
Light radius? What?
We saw that other node that said like light radius does blah blah blah. So that's
okay. So permanent mercenary.
Yeah,
which
that's your normal lab.
They said mercenaries are Act 3.
Yeah,
right?
So you get it basically right when you could have one right away. You could grab a.
So you ascend and then you have your mercenary.
Yeah, you could grab the thing from fighting one to tell it to come back later. You could get this, show it up, and take it.
Got it. So these are just the uniques. So being able to.
And notice that those are 1 point nodes. So you can do 2 of those with your cruel lab.
Yes.
If you wanted. But what's the node on the far side of it? That just lets them do unique weapons, shields, and quivers. And their minions deal 8% more for each unique item they have equipped. Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
It's whatever.
So these, this is all the link skill stuff. So like less cost of link skills.
Infinite attachment duration. If your linked mercenary dies, the link owner does not also die. There you go. So hardcore characters, you can use mercenaries.
That's interesting because that makes link skills not suck a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But if you're linking to your mercenary, the expectation is that your mercenary is going to be the one doing all the damage, right?
Yeah, this has always been a problem. But at least it just means you can do it on hardcore. And if your mercenary dies, you can just leave and close the map and move on. Yeah.
Okay.
Increase reduction of light radius also apply to effect of your link skill buffs. So, oh boy.
Weird. All right.
I don't know link skills well enough to know which would be really good. I think some people did use them actually in Mercenary League. It was like a lesser or late thing, I think.
Yeah, there's some stuff that you can do with like crit chance and like all kinds of stuff like that, I believe. I haven't played with them ever, so if your mercenary's life is higher than your own, 20% of damage from hits is taken from your mercenary's life before you.
That's good.
Okay. If it's lower, 40% of the damage they take is recouped as life. Whatever. Your mercenary taunts on hit. Your mercenary has 50% increased effect of non-curse auras from skills.
Yeah, that was always strong.
That was one of the things that you wanted to do was get like a mercenary with like a really strong aura or set of auras.
Yeah, but in this ascendancy, you don't have any power yourself.
That's true.
So like you don't want a buffing mercenary. Or I mean, maybe you do, but you need a build that's strong with no ascendancy points.
That's so weird.
Or is strong only because of the uniques you put on the mercenary.
Right.
But at some point it's just an animate guardian with extra steps, right? Like,
you know, the way that they've changed Necromancer, I wonder if Scion minion builds with the mercenary as basically an extra AG could be good.
Someone will find a build for this, but this does not leap off the page. Obviously, it's not a starter.
Yeah.
Because you need the gear to put on them that's worth using. I mean, this is going to be a rough thing to level. There's no power coming out
getting
of your ascendancy.
Yeah,
on day
not
one.
getting any power out of your ascendancy is pretty crazy. Unless we start seeing some really cracked mercenaries very quickly.
We might be underselling it though, because one of the things that our brains are thinking is how mercenaries added life and danger to fights. And so if you take that off, the mercenaries actually pumped a bit, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So you know, it's not that you don't have any power, it's that the power is the mercenary, I guess. You can still be a fully functional character. So
you're basically getting an extra party member without the party penalty.
Yeah, I think they don't buff your magic find either, but they yeah, so I actually, maybe I'm turning around on this a little bit. I still think it's obviously not a starter build. This is definitely one you want to set up first. But
okay, so we're league starting this, is what you're saying.
No, absolutely not.
Because we want to hate ourselves at the beginning of a brand new league.
I usually gravitate to spellcasters at the start of leagues, and if they're going to buff self-cast casters,
yeah,
there's really good. And I'll be honest, the self-cast reliquarian stuff is really good. So it's possible that like a reliquarian one, but I'll be honest, this sounds like some sort of self-cast golem thing, which I always fall for on build one of some leagues. The golem package, even after all the nerfs, I mean, I'm saying all this, we haven't read the patch notes. It could be that the golems are brought out back and completely shot in the head, but I didn't think Elementalist was too out of control this league. So
oh, interesting.
Wait, omens? Have we had omens?
Oh yeah, we've had omens, but they haven't been the same as
it just says will be consumed. I thought this was just, it's, you don't right click these things like the PoE2 ones.
Yeah. At least one red, green, and blue socket omen. Interesting.
Okay.
The Pariah. Is this a new ring? I don't recognize this one.
Oh, look at that. Wow. That ring is crazy. A 200 life ring that you can put anything into as long as it is a red socket. Wow. And it has +2 of life or level of socketed gems. That's strong.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, it only has it only has one thing on it, but look, it requires level 5. Level 5, you're rolling around with 200 max life?
So, the interesting thing that I think that I picked up on from the reveal, chromatics can roll white sockets now?
Yep. Well, because they're meaningless. They just don't give a bonus to anything.
Except unless it specifically says so on the item. That makes sense.
Yeah, correct. Sorry. Yeah. It's just a 4th color now, but it doesn't match a gem.
Right.
Well,
interesting.
What are we
so this is the new one?
Why'd they show? Oh, this was the I didn't stop on this one. Your base spell crit chance of spells equal to that of your main hand weapon.
Yep.
I mean, this probably. I've always held off on, like, I've always been a meh about, I don't know why. This Inquisitor never really
did
it for me. That will make it work for me.
Can you do
Oh, but you can't do the stuff you normally do with them if you go that way.
Can you do the Tripanon thing with this? That mace that always crits?
Only if it says that it's 100% crit chance. It doesn't work if it says that attacks with this thing always crit.
Oh, that makes sense.
Let me look it up, what the wording is on it. It says this weapon's critical strike chance is 100%. So yes, it does work.
Woo! Wow.
It's basically it's the helmet. It's the Sandstorm Visage.
Yeah.
As a node.
Yeah.
And Sandstorm Visage was insane and was often used with Inquisitor. So like already pretty bonkers. But this is going down the battle mage route. Is that what it is? Is that
I
what
think
the
so,
preceding
yeah.
node is?
I think so.
Or are they looking at the 4-point node, or is that the 2-point node?
This is the 4-point node.
Okay. Let me see. What is the Inquisitor ascendancy?
I mean, it would be battle mage, right?
Yeah, it's that node before it is 10% more attack damage for each non-instant spell you've cast in the past 8 seconds, up to a maximum of 30. Battle mage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the one after it that goes the other way is fanaticism. Okay, whatever.
And that one is, nobody really likes that node.
So now they get a new branch node. So battle mage, and then you get that branch node of spell damage. Or spell crit. And then crit strikes ignore elemental resistances. So yeah, it's a crazy crit build. And the craziest part is that what that does is it makes it so that it makes it so you don't have to invest nearly in as much crit.
Yeah, like
so you get a lot of power from
it.
Yeah. Yeah. What does this one say? 6 abyssal sockets.
It's a 2-handed axe. The damage on it is pretty rough, but it's attack speed for searching eye jewels, crit strike chance for hypnotic eye jewels, fizz damage for murderous, and minions have 27% chance to impale.
Am I dumb? That looks dumpster tier.
Not great. Yeah.
There must be roll ranges we're not seeing there, because that looks absolutely atrocious.
It would be interesting. There's probably something interesting that you can do with this.
What? First of all, you lose an entire 6-link on your setup.
Yeah, which is rough.
And the weapon has base damage of
nothing.
121.2 is 140 DPS base weapon.
Well, is it a fucking 2-handed weapon? Yeah.
And again, roll ranges play into this, but even if we assume that 30%, if we had to assume that 30% increased fizz is the best, then you get 180 at most.
Mm-hmm.
And so it takes a 140 DPS weapon and turns it into whatever that would be.
Almost 300 and something, right?
350, 370, something like that.
Yikes.
I mean, that's not even campaign level weapon. So something we're not understanding. Something's not working here.
Yeah.
Or we're just not getting it.
What is this? Stormblood? All damage from critical strikes can apply lightning ailments during effect.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
The all flame crafting looks
this
crazy.
Intangibility thing, was that ever explained?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't remember that. I wonder if the intangibility is the idea that you can't, because you could otherwise just take the item and keep putting it back in.
So eventually when intangibility gets
to 100, it must poof.
Yeah. Well, does it poof, or does it just no longer able to be crafted?
Oh, like become locked, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this is probably to stop you from just chaining the all flame thing.
Augments a rare belt with a trap or mine modifier. Oh, throw up to 1 additional trap if dual wielding.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's one way to do something about.
But the thing is going to be like, can you split these things and get the intangibility off and stuff like that? And like, I mean, I'm sure the top end crafting version of this is going to be nuts, but this is going to be something that, again, what I've always said with these leagues is GGG has to be cautious and conscious of adding in mechanics that make crafting less risky for low and mid tier players. I think most players are in a state where they should not craft. They should trade what they get.
Yeah.
And so what I like about this system is that if I'm going to risk a piece of currency, I get 4 tries at it.
Right.
And so I'm much more prone to wanting to do it, and I get much better results for much less currency. And I get to experiment with crafting, and anything that sort of helps people get into feeling comfortable crafting and reduce that friction and kind of make it fun to do, I think is a positive. We'll see if it works out that way, if the costs are attuned correctly. And if it's worth using even on simple stuff, if you think about it, like, you know, I don't know. I'm curious what this does for the odds of when you're like trying to take some sort of item that is a good 1 mod or a good 2 mod, and you're trying to then, can you like do this with regals and find the one that gets the best additional thing? And does that help? There might be some really cool things which make crafting a little bit easier in that low to mid tier. If it's cheap on the whatever they called it, Dead Man's Dust or whatever it was called.
Yeah, that's the question, is like, how much of this currency are we going to get?
Yeah, I mean, they showed a stash tab that had like 1 million of it, but like, you know, how
like,
common is that?
how deep into the end game are you to have that much stuff? And then
Right.
like these Ducats, like the ones that do stuff like this, that's in the video, where it like swaps a stat from one stat to another, like that kind of stuff would be pretty valuable in the campaign. So I'm very curious if these
that
are
one,
going to
it
be.
was such a weird Ducat to show because it's like such a whatever. It, you know, yes, being able to switch your resistances from one to another is amazing. Quality of life. You know, you want to talk about things that bricked items, having the wrong resistance on an item, bricked items worse than any color Lynx ever did. And so, you know, being able to do that, because how many times does it suck to, or like this opens up interesting things, right? Like, you know, if you have boots, you want Dex boots, right? Because you want Dex boots because you want to get suppression. And so the problem is that if you're running Dex boots to get suppression, you probably have enough Dex. So sometimes you don't actually want the Dex roll. You might want an int roll, or you might want a strength roll in order to match out the other things that you don't have, and that's almost impossible and hard to get. So to
that's
swap
a question, because the stats that you can get are dependent on the base type that you're using. And so if you're using a pure evasion base, you actually can't roll strength or int on those. So I'm wondering if this will allow you to roll a stat that you might otherwise not
if
be
it
able
does,
to roll.
then it's really cool. If they don't, then it's whatever.
Yeah.
If it, you know, and I think the wording on it, is that the wording? Is that the one there? What's the Ducat that it shows?
This is
no, that was just
this is the Trapper Mine one. Yeah.
So it was the one from the video.
Let me see if we can read it when it cycles back through.
I will.
Oh, it doesn't.
I'll pull it up on my video here and see what I can see while we're talking. But, yeah.
Could be interesting.
Okay, where was the crafting? Here was the crafting. Let's see what the wording is. Okay, split an item into many ghostly forms, each retaining a single random modifier, which is pretty cool. So making bases, that's a new good way to make bases. You know, it takes away some of the beast stuff that needs to happen. Changes a modifier that grants a single attribute to grant a different attribute. Changes a modifier that grants a single attribute to grant a different attribute.
I think that works just from the way that sounds.
And it showed strength crossed out and gave int, and another strength that crossed out and gave int on a, well, I mean, this was an amulet, so it can roll anything, but
that's just ambiguous enough to not be able to know for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I bet you this was talked about in the
Q&A.
I bet you it was talked about in the Q&A. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm excited for the league. I think what's fascinating about this is that like this was a solid set of changes, but I don't think they announced anything earth-shattering.
Yeah.
A lot of it was a relatively modest league from what was announced in this video. But last league too, I think I remember that the announcement video itself, yes, it did have some stuff, but I felt like the bulk of it ended up getting announced in like the week before the league, like in the time leading up to the league. They
There
had
was
a
a
bunch of big
lot of
stuff.
stuff that they teased for sure.
Yeah, so I'm guessing there's probably more to come. But it really speaks to the strength of the game and where the state of it, where it is now, that there really isn't a lot that they need to do.
Right.
As far as big shakeups, the Atlas was a massive win. I think you and I talked about this in 3.28. We both got distracted a little bit last league, so we didn't end up playing as much at the end game piece.
Yeah.
But I think we both played the hell out of the game up until that point.
Oh yeah.
And had an absolute blast in the Atlas.
I
the new Atlas is so enjoyable.
I only played the one character, but I pushed that character very far. So
yeah, I've talked to so many people that were getting. I mean, yes, Mirage was juiced, but I talked to so many people that were in the high 90s that usually tap out at 90, 91,
right?
Maybe high 80s. And they were. I was talking to my cousin who barely plays, and he's like, oh yeah, I've been playing a little bit lately. I'm at like 96, 97 now. I was like, oh no, okay,
yeah,
hey.
I've talked to people that definitely have never had a level 100 character before that got their first level 100 character in Mirage.
Mirage was a great league. Like, I'm sad I didn't play it as much as I would like to. Life hit weirdly in that league, but it was an amazing league.
Yeah.
When you take it all in, both the league itself actually was perfectly well structured. It was
But also
enjoyable
the
from the
Atlas
campaign
changes.
all the way through to the end. It was rewarding. It got juiced as hell when in certain parts. It was it was a crazy league that way.
Yeah.
Which it needed to be. It came after a pretty showering league. I think we kept saying, like, the last few leagues we've been like, wow, we've gotten so much stuff from the past league. Like, how are we ever going to make that up? The next league's going to be a popper league, and they just keep one-upping it somehow. So we'll see with the mechanic. I want to believe in the water thing. I think they will get it. I'm guessing this is going to be one of those ones, though, that day one, probably not a lot of love for it. It's going to have some major issues with it. And I think that by the end of week one, it's probably going to be in an amazing spot.
This one, honestly, in comparison to Mirage, probably feels like a bit of a return to the baseline. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're kind of doing a bit of a reversion to the mean a little bit because we've had too much good stuff back to back for PoE 1.
But we'll see. Those heist blueprints, the whatever they called them, the whatever it was, the voyages or whatever it was.
The voyages, yeah. I've still pulled up.
Those looked crazy, right? Because they were showing that there was something like 7 air breather things, pillars that you set out, but then the big one had 71. So I mean, just think about how long you're in there sending multiple inventories of items to the top as you're doing
I mean,
it.
that's basically like another Mirage. But
here's the problem, though. Mirage worked for a lot of reasons. 1, it was just right there. 2, it was juiced. 3, when you were done, you didn't have to walk back to the entrance. You just poured it back. This, I mean, you can even see it. You're on the boat. How much of that thing did they show you're on this boat? Well, am I going to, to me,
this is technically another out of map league, right?
It's delve.
Yeah.
It's delve. It's heist. It's these things. It's stuff that you're going to build up a bunch of resources, those little maps, and then run them. And wait, so I missed it. Is it so it doesn't show up in the map? Is it's going to be like in maps? You're just going to get the maps?
I think it play, if I remember correctly, it looks like it plays similar to like a combination of like strong boxes and heist, where you encounter like what look like shipwrecks inside the maps themselves.
I'm sorry. That was so much at the beginning. I forgot.
Yeah.
Little like cursed treasure chest. It's showing.
Yeah.
And that's what. So this is again heist chests with extra steps.
And
that's where you'll build up the maps. And then whenever you decide you want to or never sell them, you just go off. So I mean, always the problem with leagues like this is. I mean, I guess the chests are kind of no harm, no foul. They're just there. It's just extra quant. It's extra people.
Yeah.
Cool. Extra pack size. Okay, cool. So I guess it doesn't hurt. So this is, I guess the floor on this league can't be that low. I mean, or rather, the floor is high. I guess.
Yeah,
like, the worst case scenario is not bad. Like there are leagues that you can't avoid. You know, the original.
Oh,
was it
like
the original
Arch Nemesis?
All Flame League, the Necro League.
Oh yeah. I understand talking about now.
Yeah. Like the stuff where that, because that was the original All Flame League, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that was brutal. Because even when you were sick of it and didn't ever want to run it again, it still was on every single map.
Yeah, you can't get away from it.
Yeah. And sometimes it really jerked you around. So, you know, at least at a minimum, it looks like this league is completely ignorable.
Mm-hmm.
So it really can't be that bad. And if
the
thing is fun,
is Path of Exile standard.
Yeah, if it's fun, I mean, listen, it could end up being a type of thing that, you know, we have people that enjoy heist and do only heist. We have people that do only delve. Could there be someone that's doing only voyages in this or future leagues? I can definitely see it. This definitely has a lot of like could go core potential to it because it's just sitting on the side of existing league content or the whole mapping content.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I mean, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
I will miss Mirage, and I'm so sad Mirage isn't going core.
I am. Yeah, Mirage had too much juice to go core like as a permanent mechanic, though. That's the thing that there is a part of me that hopes that we kind of talked about this before, that like if they bring it back, they need to bring it back in a similar way to what they do like with the Wildwood or Sentinel, where it's just like every once in a while you get a map that just has a Mirage in it.
That, or think about the maps that can drop with the special modifiers.
Oh, where the entire map is a Mirage? Or
well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you could have a thing somewhere somehow that drops the maps that have that as a like an innate modifier that says this map has a Mirage in it or whatever.
Yep.
And then especially with the way that the new Atlas works, those aren't even tied to specific maps. That's just tiering then at that point. And so then you can run whatever map you want. And then those things have currency values and people could end up putting them into juicing situations. But again, the problem with that, it has always in Trade League, it's probably worth more to a juicer than it is for you to run it.
Exactly.
SSF people, bro, SSF. That's where it's at. Enjoy your currency. Don't be a slave to the market. Enjoy the game. There's no reason. You can't take your 1,000 div with you.
Are you trying to tell yourself this, or?
I always play soft SSF.
All right.
I buy stuff, but if I buy anything, then I end up in this game where I have to sell.
Exactly.
So, like,
exactly.
The most fun I have is when we do the bro SF stuff.
Right.
And I can just burn currency like I've never used ever in the game because it's always worth more to sell than for me to use. And you're like, well, I might as well, you know.
Let's use it.
Yeah,
and it feels
random.
That's things. The thing too, is like when you play SSF, it just feels good to use the currency.
And it just sucks that they've made trades so fun. Like PoE 1 in Trade League, outside of the core rush, like in the first couple weeks, it's kind of whatever. But when you get beyond the first couple weeks, it has revolutionized late season PoE.
Oh, yeah.
You can come back at any point in the season and people all over the world have stores set up. Any item you want is available at fine prices. Like the economy functions at any point in the league, which is so underrated because I know so many people who are casuals who come and go throughout the league and get so frustrated late in leagues because nobody is there to sell anything. You can't get anything. The prices are all out of whack. The fact that you can just show up and there's just, when people got done playing, they just left their stores up and it's always there for you.
Yeah.
It's the healthiest late season PoE has ever been.
It's true. So for a lot of people, like if you're not trying to be that total rush to the end game as quickly as possible and then try to build up all of the resources so that you can corner the market on whatever thing early on to make as much currency as possible. Like if you're not trying to be that person, it almost feels better to start a league about a week late. Because then it's literally the world is your oyster. You get a little bit of currency and you can get everything that you need.
God bless the people that have nothing better to do than just put every unique up there for one chaos. You're doing the Lord's work, people. Like, for all those people that need leveling uniques, you guys are doing the Lord's work, just making currency one chaos at a time.
For real.
But yeah, there's a lot of people out there doing it. It's great. But the downside of that, again, with trade is it's such a nice system, but then people like you, Atro, you just
what do
you don't leave your hideout. You got to come out and play the game. You got to enjoy the game. Life isn't just flasks, my friend.
Listen, I have only done the Hideout Warrior thing for like 2 leagues, but man, those were fun leagues. You Hideout Warrior for like 2 or 3 dads, and then you can do whatever you want.
I wish you would have taken a screenshot though of your ring to say how many alts you, or how many alts you used that league.
It was a lot.
Probably terrifying.
It was a lot. It was definitely way more than any person should be clicking a blue orb, for sure.
Wait, so while we're here, we have to find out. We have to react. So okay. Where is Twitter? Where did we go? Twitter or Reddit? So we gotta go screams of the desiccated and just hope that we don't accidentally catch tweets about Trump's speech.
Let's see.
It's gone.
Is it actually gone?
I don't know. The only tweet I see on it was from 4 hours ago by Anime Princess. Says losing screams of the desiccated belt hurts budget spellcasters.
I would have expected there to be like a highly upvoted thread about the outcome of this belt if it was talked about in the Q&A, and I'm not seeing anything on Reddit about this belt.
I don't know. Is there a thread for the Q&A? Does Reddit have a thread for it?
Not a dedicated thread. There's a bunch of different stuff about different things that are in the patch notes. Apparently Breach got nerfed.
Breach got nerfed? Ugh, whatever. I'm kind of over Breach now.
Yeah,
I went too hard on Breach for 2 weeks.
We've played a lot of Breach.
Yeah.
My main RF character that I took to level 100 when I finally decided to do that grind was it was all Breach and Abyss.
Wow, nobody's talking about it. I guess everybody wants to talk about these Oh, okay. I made the mistake of going to Reddit. I need to get off Reddit instantaneously. First thing, 3.29 will be a 1-week league. All right, I don't need this negativity in my life. I'm having fun. People get out of here. PoE 1's an amazing game.
Oh, man.
PoE 1's an amazing game.
Apparently in the Q&A, Mark confirmed that this will not be the last PoE 1 league this year.
That's good. My God, that would be danger zone if it was.
Yeah. Because that was definitely a concern, because if PoE 2 is presumably releasing shortly after ExileCon, and PoE...
It's not. When is ExileCon? October,
it's November.
Right?
No, it's November.
Oh, okay. Shortly after, yeah. December. Yeah. I think it's coming out in the holidays.
Yeah. So if this is a 4-month league, then this league will be at like the tail end of this league. The very tail end of this league when ExileCon happens.
Yeah, they'll do a PoE 1 league to cover the ground around ExileCon to the launch, basically. A PoE 2. You know how they sometimes try to like offset them by like half? I think they're probably going to do it the other way.
Are they going to like do a short
they're going to clip
league?
It again. Yeah, like a month-long league, so that they can have like a 3-month-long PoE 2 league before PoE 1 comes back. Because it'll be the 1.0 release. They'll just want full attention on that thing. It's probably going to be that they'll release one right around ExileCon. They won't spend any time at ExileCon like announcing it. It'll probably be announced ahead of ExileCon. And then it'll probably be scheduled to come out like the week after or something like that. I don't know. I mean, like, what do I know? We don't know anybody. But if I had to guess, right, it kind of has to be that, to leave the space for 1.0 to come out. But I mean, like,
that doesn't even really make sense, because
1.0 really coming out.
That doesn't even really make sense, because if they do another PoE1 league this year, there's no way to do it without it substantially overlapping with the PoE2 launch.
Well, no, because
assuming PoE2 1.0 happens in either late November or December, the next PoE1 league would be happening in mid-November.
Yeah. And then PoE2 would come out in mid-December or whatever. Like,
okay,
come out for Christmas. Come out for Christmas.
So then what we're saying then is that the next PoE1 league is effectively going to be a 1 month league.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because normally they want it to be like half and half. But I think for the 1.0 release of PoE2, they would want it to be the case that it has as much of the window just to itself as possible.
Oh, okay.
Because of the surge of normies that will be coming in that have been waiting for the 1.0. Like, I know a lot of people that have not touched PoE2 since like the very beginning of it because they're just waiting for 1.0. Which blows my mind, honestly. Not that I've been there for every league of PoE2, but for different reasons. But the people that are just like, I'll wait for 1.0. I was like, really? Like, the game's good, play it. Like,
the funny thing about waiting for 1.0
beta.
The funny thing about waiting for 1.0 is that the game at 1.0 is still not going to be done. Like, it's still going to be missing things that you would have expected to be there.
It's a mess. and listen, no shade. Okay, GGG has gotten both games into great shape right now.
For real.
Which I'm pretty surprised. PoE2 League was a lot of fun.
It was very good.
It's moving in the direction that I can enjoy it in for sure. I know a lot of people enjoyed the heck out of it. Some people now enjoy it way more than PoE1. I mean, like, PoE1 enjoyers starting to like PoE2 more than they like PoE1, which is honestly surprising to some extent based on where PoE2 was like 6 months ago.
Yes.
But bless them. They're amazing, GGG. They have not hit a single deadline they've ever set for themselves. So, and not only just not hit them by a little bit, they have not hit the broadside of a calendar barn here. So, like, the odds that they have put supposedly a hard line in the sand and will release it this year and supposedly right after ExileCon sounds great, but reeks of we needed a couple more months to get this thing 1.0 ready. So we'll
But that's
see.
why there's not going to be another PoE2 league this year until 1.0.
No, because I don't think they'll pull people back. I don't think it's that. I think it's just that there is just I don't think it's crunch that they need. Right? It's just that we've talked about this. God help them, they cannot stop themselves from being like, here's a new ascendancy that has a completely different version of every item or every gem or every ascendancy point or every skill point.
They're
for
getting
just that one ascendancy.
They're getting a little too creative with some of the ascendancy stuff for sure, but I admire them for putting in that level of creativity.
We didn't talk about this earlier, but Luminary, this made me think about it. Luminary is perhaps one of the only ascendancies where you could consider having 2 of the bloodlines. And so you can't bring, it doesn't have power for you by itself, but I wonder which of the bloodlines might pair with it well.
That's actually a good point.
Because if you only want to take the 2 points that get you the thing and the weapons, and then you pick your whichever one legendary you want them to wear in the armor slot, then you could grab up to 2 bloodline nodes.
Yeah.
And that might be juicy. That might be really juicy.
Yeah, I'd have to take a look at those because I haven't actually... It's been a long time since I've even looked at those to see what they are.
Yeah, and it's a minion-based thing, so it's got to be one of the... There were a lot of minion bloodlines, though, so that's actually bodes well for it.
Let's see. The Chaos bloodline. Where does that get placed here? Can I make this bigger? I can make this bigger. Okay. So we zoom in here. I can pull this back up. There we go. So this is Chaos. This one only has
this is the brand new one. This is the brand new one, isn't it?
No,
this is the Vol skill one.
That's the Vol one.
good match.
This is the brand new one, which presumably isn't available anymore. Because if Mirage didn't go core, then that means this didn't go core.
Yeah, if they didn't announce a new way to get to him.
Breach Lords.
Breach Lord has historically been good, but let's see what they've got.
Hits ignore.
No, that's not going to be good. No. Did they change that about, what was that? Go back to the bottom one. Element. Oh, it literally says elemental hits added damage cannot be placed this way. That's hilarious. God, boy, the moments we had before they burst our bubble on that was.
I know, right? That's
not that one. Lycia.
Okay.
What's next? Delirious. Oh, Delirious has some good ones, but they're more defensive.
Embrace the Madness.
Fine.
Misty Reflection.
Whatever.
40% less damage.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is sort of right.
Yeah, this was the minion
they don't count
one.
as minions, right?
The mercenaries do not.
Yeah.
Spectral Tiger. Raised Beast Specters. So yeah,
those could be good for buffing your person.
Let's see what else we got. Olroth. Ward Shatter. This is all ward stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like all of these, all of the PoE1 bloodlines are like.
There were some really good self-cast ward stuff. I wonder what that all does now.
Damage converted to chaos damage.
Nah.
Herald
skills. Maybe.
You turn yourself into an auto bomber to go with your profane ground instead of consecrated ground. Malediction.
Could be good.
Wow,
these bloodlines really aren't working super well.
Yeah.
Not on first glance. Oh, that one could. Maybe. Alls. Precursors, okay. And then the other one is just buffing the defensives.
Yeah. Man.
I mean, also could be kind of good though, because it buffs you and your mercenary. So not terrible, maybe.
Minions, increased effective offerings.
Offerings might be useful, or does that not work with these?
No, that would not
they're not
work
minions.
With these. Yep.
Yeah. Boy, that's fascinating.
But this is kind of like what I was saying before, like because of the fact that there's no like real dedicated minion ascendancy.
Dude, that 2%
anymore?
increased move speed per summon phantasm. If the phantasm isn't on the reliquarian neck piece, that could be a hilarious build. Because there's like people saying that you can get like 30-40 phantasms.
Holy shit.
With certain combinations, because there's like the helmet that lets you double the phantasms, and there's a couple other skills that let you, or items that let you get more phantasms.
Yeah.
And then they all like buff you to hell and back, and if they all give you plus 2% move speed also, and then you roll around like 60-80 move speed, it actually could be kind of a funny one. But I'd have to see it, because if it's on the, I can't remember if it's on the necklace of Reliquarian. I think it's not. I think it's on the weapon. I think it's on the spell weapon. So
skills added chaos damage. Ring slot.
Yeah,
but it's got the downsides.
That's not using the flasks and stuff.
Yeah. Oshabi.
Elusive. No.
Increased effective marks while elusive. Rage.
Wild savagery. No.
Hits ignore enemy phys damage reduction. But if you're not the one that's doing the damage.
Yeah. No, I mean, not really crazy ones. I mean, none that like leap out as being, oh my God, but I'm sure someone will find something that works. But it's just interesting space, right? Because that's the Luminary has this problem that like it's all about the mercenary. And so what if you can do that? That's interesting. It almost makes you wonder, like for ones that have slow starts like this, if they can't make a bloodline ascendancy, that's like you know, like a campaign bloodline that just has like moderately powered nodes. like imagine like a campaign bloodline that every time you kill one of the act bosses, it unlocks like a candidate or something. And so as you move through the thing, it's like adding these capabilities so that if you just have a particularly bad ascendancy, they could put some like interesting leveling points in there for people. That could be kind of interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Just to teach you what bloodlines are, because they just don't come on until like such late game. I think most people don't even know they exist. By the time you get it, you're like, wait, what? Like if you weren't planning for it ahead of time, you're just like, what? I wasn't accounting for this. I didn't even know this existed. So I mean, I know that's hard to say in a game like PoE1 where everybody's expected to have countless programs and websites that tell you exactly what to do and what exists in the game. But like there's a decent amount of people that still just vibe out a build.
Yeah, for sure.
And they don't they don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts?
You
excited? What is you want to pre-grade the league? Everything needs to be a tier list these days.
That's true.
What are you guessing?
So if we go with the baseline that Mirage is like an S tier league.
It was for me. Breach before it, A tier? Or was it S tier? Were you a tree enjoyer? I was a tree enjoyer. I treed like hell.
Yeah. The Breach rework was very good.
I didn't like the tree as much last league, but I enjoyed it 2 leagues ago.
I'm trying to think what was the most recent like mid league? Like,
ooh, okay, hang on. This is a great one. God, we almost need to pull up a full tier list doer. But let's look it up. Okay, we'll go backwards here. So we'll go PoE1 leagues in order. Okay. So going backwards. So 328 Mirage, and then Keepers, and then Mercenaries, and then Settlers of Calgar, which I mean is not mid, but was because it lasted a year. Necropolis. Necropolis was the last bad league.
All right, hold on a second. Here we go.
Necropolis was a brutal league.
Here we go.
You have the tier list?
I have the tier list.
Oh man. True content. You're gonna have to zoom in a bit.
Yeah.
All right, go look it up. We'll do it in reverse order here. Okay, so keep.
We're gonna do it in reverse order.
Well, like going backwards.
Okay, so Mirage.
Mirage in there. Mirage. S tier.
Mirage is definitely S tier.
That was fun. That was perfect league as far. It just had everything.
Yeah. No,
I'm Mirage... honestly, if we also didn't hear about coins, I am honestly surprised if coins didn't survive. To me, I know they said it was borrowed power, but it added so much to the game and the economy. It warped the economy in a good way, I thought. So I thought coins were very fun.
Coin also not mentioned in the patch notes, by the way.
We're going to have to figure this out because I know they said it was borrowed power, so it probably went away, but that will be a tragic loss. That was such a fun thing.
Those were really good. If we're potentially losing the coins and the belt, that's
tough. That's a step back.
That's a big loss for sure.
That's a step back. Okay, so Keepers S tier, Keepers is next. So Mirage S tier, Keepers.
Keepers was Breach. I'd put that as man. That's a pretty solid A tier, I think.
I think it's A. Now, like the thing is, like you had to like it. The thing is a lot of people got annoyed by it by the end. Like the walls, and especially if you got the wave-based one, people hated it. The fact now that you can disable the types of content that you don't want to do, it's almost like if that could have existed in the league, it probably could have been an S tier league. But the fact that it didn't, I think it drove people crazy. Like people I think a lot of people just started, like the juicers, I think just started skipping it. And, you know, like going into the fortress and doing all the waves in the fortress, I loved it. I did it every time. I loved the loot explosion at the end, but I know a lot of people got so sick of it.
I'm sure a lot of people got burnt out by it being available all the time.
But
honestly,
the tree was so juiced.
My favorite thing, honestly, about the Keeper's version of Breach going core in Mirage is being able to change it so that you can specify which type of breach you want to be in your maps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I still think the tree needs more work. I think it's got the same problem that Settlers content has, that Calgar has. It's got the same problem that some of the other like super powerful crafting systems is that once they balance it to be a permanent thing, it's kind of annoying. And I think when I played with the tree in Mirage League, I just found it annoying because I just didn't want to set it up again. And it was much less powerful. It was still good, but like it doesn't feel as good. And I think like sometimes you have to be careful of that balanced things sometimes aren't as fun. But I still think like also one of the sneaky things was Foulborn. Foulborn uniques were such a
for sure.
They're not that insane, but they're so fun.
Yeah.
Like they're just fun to play.
Yeah, I agree.
So, okay.
What's next?
So that was next is Mercenaries League.
Mercenaries, also probably a solid A tier for me.
It definitely, I mean, it just depends on where we're going to put mid, because like Mercenaries could be one that I could see going down to B, but I think we have to see a couple more.
That's true. Do we need something below D?
The issue is that Mercenaries League is fun, and it was super lucrative because the mercenaries all had a ton of stuff. Like you had so much more currency, bubblegum currency and stuff in that league from fighting mercenaries. But like pretty soon you realize that having mercenaries wasn't really that much lucrative unless you were using a build that took advantage of it. And so you just sort of found them, stole their item, and then walked away. It was fun, but it wasn't like crazy fun. So I mean, I would probably put it B, but I think it just depends on where we see other things. At best, bottom of A, I think.
I just noticed that I actually pulled up the Twitch chat now. Dan's in the chat. Dan, are you still here? Or is that S +++++ for mercenaries? Or
for Mercenary League?
Or was that for Mirage?
All right.
S +++ for Merc based off build enabling shit alone.
Yes, I mean that is so true though.
Yeah,
but that's if you were taking advantage of it, I think it is that. So maybe it's A. It meets in the middle.
I think I'm gonna put it at A.
I think for people that didn't know how to take advantage of it, like if you weren't doing like the lightning coil or not lightning coil, what were you trying to say?
Like all the Doriani shit?
The Doriani stuff. The Doriani stuff was like insane what you could do. And I actually like the idea because like so many uniques are terrible, but they're powerful. And it was cool to have the ability to take bad uniques and put them on something else that doesn't need the res and all that kind of stuff. So I agree. Let's keep it A.
Dan says being able to Orobot your Merc was so cool and he's stoked to do it again this league. I have a question about that for you, Dan. Are you planning to play the Luminary so that you have the permanent Mercs?
Must. I mean, if he's looking forward to Orobotting it, it's got to be that.
I think you're going to level Fizz Dot or something. Are you going to league start Scion?
Well, because you can respec, right? So you can be Reliquarian or whatever, and then
fuck yeah, baby, we ball. All right.
There we go.
Fair enough. All right.
So
what's after Mercenaries?
For the normies, we're getting an A. So then we go to Settlers.
Ooh,
that's... I know. How can you think of Settlers without thinking about how long it lasted and how much you don't enjoy the town now? But we talked about this. The new version of town is really good.
It is
because of the way that they changed boats, which makes it much less obnoxious.
But that's the thing.
You need more ore now than farms.
But are we rating the league as it happened, or are we rating the league as it turned into?
Mechanics, I think. You got to roll with mechanics. What you enjoyed for the first 3 months of a 12-month league.
But that's what I'm saying is like, are we rating the league itself like as it happened?
Yeah.
Because if we are, then Settlers is like a fucking
Like, you didn't like it at all.
No,
when it happened, you didn't like it?
Well, no, I liked Settlers, but I hated the fact that it was like 12 months long.
Oh yeah, no, we're not rating the 12-month part. We're just rating the mechanic.
We're not rating the 12-month part.
No,
okay.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Having to get all your level 10s or whatever in OG Settlers was so AIDS.
It was, but
it was.
And the fact that, but again, that's also what hurts it, is that you had to do it in like 14 different challenge leagues they gave us, and you had to do it inside of the OG Frisia, and you had it inside of the re-release, and you had to do it inside of Pox's challenge league, and you had to do it inside. So, yeah, that's all true.
Are we saying, okay,
what do you want to put it as? That's crazy that it goes that far down, though. I mean, that league got done dirty. PoE2
really
did that league dirty.
It really did.
But I do think that Calgary is in a better spot. You did a lot of Calgary this last league.
I did.
And
did.
You said that the change, it didn't seem like a big
change, felt
but the
way
change
better.
Being ore centered instead of crop centered really
makes
it fun.
Way better.
Yeah. I still just don't do it because it's so much chore stuff. I should. My personality type should like it.
I think it's less. It feels less like a chore now than it did in Settlers League to me personally.
That's fair. All right, now we get to see how bad. So Necropolis.
Oh boy. I think this is
this league.
I think this is the definition of a mid league.
Mid? I have to figure out what you hate, because Necropolis had nothing. Oh no, okay. Divine Frogs was fun. Fine. Divine Frogs was fun. Fair is fair. But you could not avoid it. It got exhausting. The default state was not lucrative, although it could get juiced. And the crafting mechanic didn't even work for crafters. Like, how many YouTubers were you like, that are big crafters that are like, I fucking hate this because I spent hours setting up an 80 corpse plot. I didn't get what I wanted, had to buy 80 more corpses and get another plot that burned. I did it once or twice, the big crop ones. I got like a couple cool items. I hated that league. That was a ignore the mechanic league as much as you could.
Damn.
Okay.
Does that drop it to D? Does that drop it to D? Necropolis was pretty rough. That honestly, for a lot of the league, to me, did feel like just playing base ass Path of Exile.
But you couldn't, because you couldn't turn it off.
Yeah.
So every map was different because of it, and sometimes in stupid ways. If you just ignored it, if you just alked and goat, if you just ignored it and sent it, sometimes you would get a certain item type, a certain enemy type with insanely juiced, and just get popped in a map, and you were just like, oh well. See, you couldn't ignore the all flame thing.
Okay. All right. I think I agree. I think Necropolis is worthy of the D tier.
All right, Affliction. Were you a juicer? Were you an Affliction juicer? I was not an Affliction juicer. Hilariously, this is when like Rax came over. This was a lot of people's first league.
You're gonna have to remind me what Affliction was again.
Affliction is the Wildwood.
Oh, Wildwood. Oh, yeah.
This was the Turbo Juice League.
Yeah.
This is when everybody had like 80 million mirrors. But it was such the funny part is I didn't enjoy juicing that way. So I was the person who ran around in like white maps doing bestiary on like a turbo moving cyclone character, because there were certain things that couldn't get deflated. It was whatever couldn't drop raw in maps had insane value. So you could just farm like bestiary mobs and sell them for incredible amounts of divines, because people were just printing mage bloods, but they could not get certain things to drop. So you could just find the niche in the economy and do it. I didn't hate the league, but I did not enjoy it as much as the insane turbo juicers enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, exactly. We have Dan in the chat being like Giga S plus Wildwood.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think
it is a crazy good league.
I think I'm gonna have to defer to you on this one, because if I remember correctly, Affliction was one of the leagues that I fell out of very quickly. Like, I don't think I actually played very much Affliction.
If it's me, it's an A tier league, but like I think it has to be S in retrospect. Like it's one of the most iconic leagues in PoE's history, just because of how insanely juiced it was.
Damn.
You were playing it was cheat codes. It was PoE with cheat codes, right? I mean, it was just the most absurd league, and that was the league where everybody had it was all the spires, the abyss spires.
Oh yeah,
and everything just had infinity life. Your computer had no frames left. Like, God help you.
Dan says, I think I had like 6 raw mirror drops in a week. Jesus Christ.
It was
that
insane.
Insane
league.
That by definition is a D tier league. Like mirrors should not be that common.
But like I said, it was like racks. It was like a lot of people came over with racks because this was like when D4 was really, really turning people off.
Yeah.
And so they were all migrating over to PoE 1. And this was their first experience playing PoE 1. And it's just like, how do you ever go back to a normal league?
Yeah.
Because remember, Necropolis followed this.
Oh, that's rough.
They went from Affliction to Necropolis.
I was also in full color gear, like mirror tier crafted, etc. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was. Again, everybody had a blast at that league. I mean, that was like the only. Everyone's like, I had a Mage Blood that league. Yeah,
I don't know why I fell out of that one so hard. I don't know if there was something going on in life at the time.
The end of 2023, nothing important happened. The end of 2023.
All right.
Yeah.
What's
Ancestor
next?
League.
Ancestor.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I loved the first week of that league and hated the rest of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hate it. I just ignored it. But I really engaged with the tournament thing and then I even made one of the degenerate builds that just tries to stun the enemies in a corner while your characters ran around and did what they needed to do. And then I hated myself for what I had become. And then I was done.
Yeah. I think Ancestor League got really lame when everybody figured out that the optimal way to play it was a fucking reverse knockback.
That's what I ran. Yeah.
Yeah.
ZDPS reverse knockback.
ZDPS reverse knockback. Yeah. OMG Toda. Jesus Christ. Dan
doesn't play the same game that we play.
He really doesn't. My build, the reverse knockback build. Yeah, for real.
Everybody played the reverse knockback build. Yep. And then you just you did it, and then you got frustrated when you got one shot off screen sniped by something because it was so juiced. Oh God, that league was so frustrating sometimes.
Do you agree with C?
C? Was it worse? Yeah, it was. I mean, it was worse than Settlers, right?
It was definitely worse than Settlers.
It's better than Necropolis for sure.
Definitely better than Necropolis. It's definitely worse.
It could
than
be C or B.
Okay,
we'll go a couple more back. We're not going to go all the way back.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the funny ones here in a second. All right, here you go. Crucible League, dude.
League?
Loved this league.
Oh my God,
I loved this league.
This is easily A, might be S.
Because I'll give you exactly one guess which build I played in that league. Because it's the build everybody played in that league. Fucking Totem Explodey build. That was the best. That was the best league.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. No, Crucible wasn't the Krangle League. Crucible was the
Was it not?
No, it was the Krangle was what's the name of that league?
Crucible League.
Scourge. Scourge is the Krangle League. Crucible. You're right. The Explodey build was Crucible.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the weapon. This is the weapon thing. But yeah, no, Crucible is the one that gave you the Explodey totem bullshit. Yeah. I was thinking Krangle. Krangle is the Scourge League. So yeah, I think Crucible is Yeah. Crucible was the passive tree on your weapons thing. Yeah. This is probably like an A or a B for me.
Really?
Yeah.
It does hold the record for probably most amount of people who quit in the first hour of the league, because when you ran into like the prison and max juiced one of the pillars, and you fought a literal god monster at level 5 and would refuse to leave it alone, and you were like, I quit this game. I quit. I'm done with this league. Like those monsters were so unnecessarily juiced, and they still are in the form that they are now with the
the Verisium.
They still are obnoxiously juiced in that situation. I don't understand why they have to be. But those trees and the fact that you could because it was called the Krangler because you mushed them together. You mushed the trees together.
The Krangler was from Scourge, when you would put your items in the thing and it would corrupt them with the special effects.
Oh yeah. But I thought people then called something similar here. But anyways, when you mush the two trees together, whatever they called that.
I don't remember. Yeah.
But then you could mold the trees on each other, and so people had this whole thing about buying the items and then mushing them to get the best tree out of it.
Yep.
That was so fun. I wish they'd bring something like that back. That is so cool.
Yeah, I think the item part of it was good. I think the in-map mechanic itself was rough.
Well, it was very forgettable.
Yeah.
Ultimately. So I mean, I guess it could be A, but
it was forgettable and like overtuned. I mean, fuck, that almost makes me want to make it a B.
No, don't. You cannot make explodey totems be a B. I won't allow it.
Fair enough.
I will not allow it. This slander.
Dan says, hot take though, having to have a fucking spreadsheet for bow trees made me want to do math puzzles IRL.
That's true. Okay.
All right, what's next?
Forbidden Sanctum.
Oh no.
This league. It was a fun league, but this mechanic.
Okay. So this might be where we diverge like pretty hard.
Oh, you're a Sanctum enjoyer?
I in Sanctum League specifically, I am a Sanctum enjoyer. I think what Sanctum became after Sanctum League is very frustrating by comparison. Unless you are specifically building for Sanctum.
I would almost say though that it has to be low because its very existence infected PoE2 as well.
You know what? I don't mind the PoE2 trial. I'm one of those weird guys. I think I would put this at B though, because I honestly don't think that this is better than Settlers.
No, it's not better than Settlers. No way. This is what I'm saying. Maybe our decisions on other ones will move other ones up or down.
Yeah. I could put it
at the same level as
Settlers. I do not think.
God, that's such brutal unfairness for Settlers, though. Settlers was such a banger right off the rip, and it just
Settlers was so good until we realized we were going to be in it for an entire year.
Yeah, that definitely was a league that needed to be the normal size league. It had to end. It had to end.
Dan says, I think Sanctum and B is very forgiving.
See, that's what I said. What I said. Sanctum is brutal.
Is Sanctum better than Ancestor?
I mean, I'm way too biased on this one because I just do not enjoy Sanctum at all. I had to do it this league though to get the Lycia bloodline. I had to do one early, and I watched like a thing on how to do it early on.
Mm-hmm.
You get the level 68 one or whatever. You get the low level one, and you hold it until you're like level 90, and then you just kind of run through it.
Right.
If you're looking for an easy way to get your bloodline, that worked flawlessly. Loved it. But otherwise, I do
like
not.
A low B-. I agree with you about the OG Sanctum being better, but the effect it had on the economy for the next like 8 leagues drops it down.
I know. Oh my God. The way to print currency for forever.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm going to leave it B under Settlers for now.
Okay.
Maybe we will revisit.
We're down to the last couple here. Yeah, we'll do I think we'll do 3 more. I don't know if we'll get to Scourge. Okay, so next one after Sanctum is Lake of Calandra. This is F.
Oh.
Absolutely abysmal F tier.
Fuck. Yeah, okay.
What does the bottom say?
Retired or reworked.
Oh, okay. So then, there needs to be an F tier. Yeah, Calandra is absolute F tier. Calandra is one of the few leagues that I didn't quit it, but I basically was done with the league mechanic on day 1.
Yeah.
you can I mean, not day one literally, but like within the first couple days, done with the mechanic.
No, Kalandra was pretty fucking rough.
Even after they fixed it, so there's a weird hot take that exists out there that late Kalandra was pretty okay, that they fixed it, and that by the end it was actually surprisingly decent, but it had so burned people out by that point that they were like, I'm just going to play the base game or just quit.
Yeah.
So, okay, fine, but so I can't really speak to it because I didn't play a lot of late Kalandra, but from what I've heard from the people that did play late Kalandra is that it actually wasn't bad at the end. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's an easy choice. Okay, next.
Just put it in S. Just get ready. Hover near S.
Oh, God.
Sentinel League, baby.
Sentinel? Okay.
The greatest league of all time.
I wouldn't say
it's
that.
Not the best of all, but it's very good. Sentinel League's amazing. And it hurts me every time I see one of those little machines and I'm like, what did you do to my little boy? It just sucks so bad now. Every time you see it, just makes you get sad because you remember what used to exist.
What it could have been, what it used to be.
Was so fun. Just the perfect type of league, though, because it's just shit in maps.
Yes.
Juice. It's just juice. Uncomplicated juice.
Yes. Yep.
Just a fun league.
All right, next.
Arch Nemesis.
Oh, fuck.
See, this is one of those ones where are you going to grade the mechanic or are you going to grade all of that happened? God. All the drama around the rebalancing of rares.
Oh, God.
And was that the same exact league that they cut all the power?
No, that was the league before, I think.
That was Scourge League?
Or no, was it the same league?
It might have been. Because this was Siege of the Atlas. It was the same release as the Siege of the Atlas.
Am I crazy? I thought the power, the big power cut, the one where like they literally dropped like 40% of player power was like Expedition or some shit.
Expedition was the one before Scourge. So it went Scourge, Expedition, Scourge, Archnem.
I'm pretty sure Expedition was the one that they did the big fucking power cut, right? Dan can confirm this, right?
I can't remember. 316 or 317, one of them. But Archnem was definitely the culmination of it because they redid the rares. And my God, was that sloppy.
Yeah.
I didn't hate the mechanic, though. The build a rare thing, I didn't hate it. It was kind of annoying having all the things in your inventory and having to like track which ones you had and which ones added up correctly and all that. There were spreadsheets. It was one of those spreadsheet leagues where you had to know how to. Oh, that's right. Oh my God, I remembered now. I just remembered how that league worked out. So you sat there and you had to remember you had to build the bot, and then it dropped a higher tier thing, and then you had to put those together and build until you got to like Soul of Lunaris. And it's like one of these ones. It's like, are you going to go against it because was it this league or was the league after once you had it, and then you would open up maps and bring in a Magic Finder to come and pop your rare? I think that was the next league.
No, that was Arch.
It was this one. It was in Archnem.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and you'd have to bring in a Magic Finder to pop your rares for you. And then somebody made like a script or a add-on or some sort of cheat or whatever that would detect when you entered a map whether it had a poppable rare in it, and people were just going in, seeing if it had it, closing it.
Actually, you know what? That was the next league because yeah. Oh, Jesus. That was some crazy shit. So wait, so then Scourge was right before this?
Scourge was before that.
Okay, Scourge
I don't remember Scourge League.
Scourge is easily A, I think. Scourge was fun. I enjoyed Scourge.
Blood Crucible.
I think.
Oh yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, this was fun.
I think Scourge was my first level 100. Was it that league that I did the level 100?
I don't know. I don't know if we were hanging out at that point. I liked this league. I liked this
Scourge
league a lot.
Was good. Yeah, I
don't remember it. I don't
lot.
remember it very well, so I must not have played it a ton. But I do remember playing it near endgame. So I definitely took a few builds to endgame, but I didn't.
And then
that was one of the COVID leagues.
And then Expedition
that
was
that was an alpha variant or whatever, Delta variant.
Expedition was the fucking power cut league. I'm pretty sure.
Expedition League.
I think Expedition as a mechanic has gotten better over time.
It needs the big boom.
It has gotten better over time, but this league, the league itself.
Oh, you gave it an F.
It was
hot take alert.
I don't think it's a hot take because it factors in all of the rest of the damage that they did that league. Because if I remember correctly, Expedition is the one where all the player power was cut.
Oh. But this brought our besties. This gave us Gwenin and Tujin and Rog and Danig. This was like the original low craft power SSF like superheroes. It's how we got all our currency. It's how you craft all your items. Rog is Pog.
Rog is Pog.
How can you give Rog is Pog an F tier?
Because Rog didn't become Pog until after Expedition League. Because like nobody played Expedition. Like
I did.
I'd have to go look up the stats, but that might still be one of the lowest retention leagues of all time.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe. That's summer, the summer Delta variant league. Like you're still stuck in your house in COVID everywhere. Coming home, running some expeditions.
Yeah.
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 I don't think we can go much further back than that because the next one after that is like Ultimatum. Like, what do you even remember about Ultimatum League?
Ultimatum League was pretty...
I know the mechanic, but like I don't remember the league much.
I remember the league because I played... this is the league that I played Cyclone, Cast While Channeling, Tendrils. What the fuck is the name of that skill? I thought Ultimatum was solid B.
I'm realizing I played a lot of WoW Classic. I think I played these leagues, but I would like play a character and then I'd be like, whatever, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I played a lot of WoW Classic in 2020 and 2021.
All right, one more. What's before?
One more? Okay. After Ultimatum is Ritual.
Ooh.
Ritual's so good. But it can't be S tier, right?
No,
it's so good though. Especially as a league where it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Ritual's in a good state now too. And it's good in PoE too. Ritual just as a mechanic just makes sense.
Yeah.
New Rituals, good. Good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. And then Heist is before that. It just gets weirder when you go back. Like it's like Heist and then Harvest. Harvest Harvest League was the peak stuck in your house, you know, however many days to stop the spread.
Harvest was really good. And the crafting was so broken.
The crafting was good. The mechanic was absolutely asininely stupid. You went and someone gave you a picture of how you were meant to set up your harvest.
But once you were done,
yes, then it printed stuff, right?
Yes.
I mean, but what's weird
that's why it can't be S tier, is because the mechanic itself was kind of ass, but everything else about Harvest was pretty freaking good.
Where did you put Heist? We skipped right over it. You put it in C tier? Damn. It's true, though. God, Heist could be better. Heist would be great if you started at the thing. Either that the alarm doesn't go off or it starts at the alarm. The fact that you go in and then hit the alarm and come back out, I still don't get it. It's just... You're just annoyed.
Stealing the thing. You're stealing the thing. That's why
I know, but like when you're going in, that's all the reward.
Yeah.
And so like there's that whole idea of like sometimes you just go in, get the stuff that you want, and then leave. But the idea is like as soon as you trigger the alarm, because you're gonna want the coins at the tail end of it, or you want to level up your guy or whatever.
Right.
And then all of a sudden now every door is shut and there's just an infinity waves of things, and you're just like it's not like fun. It's not a ton of XP. It's not a ton of items. it's a lot of density, but it's not, you don't want to kill it, right? So it's like, what are heist characters? Heist characters are just phasing speed bots. You know, it was the old Ranger, basically, just running through enemies at turbo speed with a, you know, whatever, the whatever of the forest or whatever, the chest that just gives you infinity run speed. And you just run all the way to the beginning. It's like, okay, cool. Heist is just so, it could be so fun, but it just feels like it's just not.
Yeah.
And it's not even really necessarily that good anymore for people that want to run it for early currency.
No,
if you race through the if you race through the campaign, I think it's still valuable. But remember back in the day, it used to be really cool to like to down level your character.
Yeah.
So you'd rerun level 68 over and over again to get like a good base of currency, and then you would move on. And they were like, yeah, we don't like that.
Yeah. My buddy Defensive used to do that shit like every fucking league until they nerfed it.
Have you done the new did you do last league? Did you do any of the new blueprints? I didn't do any of the new blueprints.
I didn't
have
do
no idea
heist at
how
all.
the new heist is.
Yeah, I didn't do heist at all in Mirage.
Because it changed so much because they took so much of the stuff and put it into the different leagues. Because it was like the everything league, and they had to fix it. So the new blueprints,
I didn't do heist at all. I think heist was one of the mechanics that I blocked almost as soon as I could. It's like, I just don't want this to appear. I mean, I don't like Legion, and I would rather see it instead of heist.
Here's what's crazy, right? So the literal, like, in the middle of COVID was Delirium. So before Harvest was Delirium, another banger league.
Delirium was really good.
The literal league before that is Metamorph.
Oh.
Like, what a drop-off. Like, the world ended. The last 5-6 years of PoE 1 has actually been pretty solid.
Yeah, no, it's been very good.
But if you think about it, like, you go back and you look at it from there. So the pre-COVID era was going backwards. Metamorph, Blight, Legion, Synthesis, Betrayal, Delve, and then Incursion before that.
Yeah.
That is a set of hits and misses.
Yeah.
That's true. Hits and misses.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be where we stop.
Yeah, we can't go farther back than that. I'm okay with this ranking. Okay, so now you have to put the league in here. All Flame League.
All Flame League?
Boat League. Where's Boat League going?
I wish I could, like...
Yeah, they don't have one.
I wish I could just make a...
What options do we have? We'll pick one here.
Let's say that Abyss is the...
Because it has an Abyss change in it? Okay,
yeah.
Abyss League. Where are we going with it?
You know what?
So what does it have? It has the crafting.
So I'm just going to drop it here. I'm not saying it's C. I'm just dropping it here for now.
Yeah, we got to kind of figure out which leagues it feels sort of like. It doesn't feel like Settler's Sanctum or Ultimatum. I feel like it's like a little better. No, it's not better than that. It's a crafting league. Maybe that is where it goes. Because if you look at like Harvests, Crucible, Keepers,
the crafting mechanic looks interesting. I think
that look interesting.
I think that there is a lot of potential with, especially the way that it changes a lot of the meta currencies, the ones like the Conquerors or like the Eldritch currencies or like all that kind of stuff. Shaper, Elder, all those. I kind of like that piece about it a lot. Having like multiple shots at a single fracturing orb is pretty freaking cool.
But when the bulk of a league's value is in its crafting, that's a tough sell.
But is it though? That's like just one.
I don't know. They didn't explain enough things in the video we watched. They didn't explain enough about the big voyages to say like what the kinds of rewards are you can expect.
Yeah.
Other than more maps, more dust of the dead, and whatever. So I'm worried that this league ends up being one where you basically you just get the extra stuff in the league. And if that's the case, it's not going to be as It could be. That's the worst part. It could be as bad as Calandra, if that's all it ends up being.
No, there's no way it's.
If that's all it ends
bad.
up being, though,
there's no way it's that bad.
If that's all it ends up being,
I cannot believe that it is.
They're smarter than that. They're not. They don't do that and make that mistake anymore. But I think you've actually probably put it in the right spot.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It did feel like kind of a mid league just from the reveal. There's some like individually exciting parts about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the socket color change is good. I think the Abyss rework is good. I think that the crafting system that is coming with the league looks like it could be very good. The league mechanic itself, the verdict's out on that one.
The problem is that it's like Heist, it's like Expedition, and look where they are on that sheet. So it's just, you probably have it in the right spot. It's probably a BC league just off the pre-patch. Now, again, so much of the league depends on how fun it is when you play it, right? But like, just off the rip, the prejudgment somewhere BC, a little bit of a mid league, probably has a high potential to be one that if it's not lucrative, it's just going to be a forgettable thing, and we just play the base game. Base game, of PoE 1 has never been better. So
no, that's for sure.
I think Zizarin had a video about this like a few months ago, where basically it's like a bad league really can't hurt PoE 1 as much as it used to, because the base game has never been more fun.
That's true.
So there you go.
Very true.
Maybe a BC league, but probably going to be way more fun than that as far as playing goes. So enjoyment of the game could still be A or S. The league itself, we'll see.
I already know that I'm almost 100% certain that I'm league starting RF this league. Do you have any concept at the moment, just based on what you've seen, what you would like to try?
Here's an interesting thing, right? Because one of the characters I've been holding off on when I was saving it for us doing Bro SF,
yeah,
but we never went back and did Bro SF because of PoE 2, was Jug. And one of the cool things about Jug is can't be slowed down. So, hey, maybe I can just run through the water with no problems at all.
That's true. You're going to... you might have a...
I'm going to have a great league. I'm going to get one of them Calm's roots with the 150% move speed on it. I'm going to be having a great league. We'll see.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right.
That's pretty good.
We're calling it here?
I think so. I think so.
A 30-minute video into 3 hours. We did it.
We did it. Yeah. I guess that's kind of a wrap.
Yeah, we'll be here in the future. It's not always going to be about gaming. We also have thoughts about tech, as we said before. But we definitely had to jump on top of this because this is definitely a passion of both of ours.
For sure. All right. Well, we don't really have an outro, so see you in the next one.
Enjoy the sudden cut.